So do we think Dan is going to join us?
Dan is not going to join us.
Okay.
So actually, we're going to have several people not joining us tonight. So Dan is not joining us tonight. He's back from England, but within like 24 hours of arriving back in the United States, he got sick. So he feels terrible. He can't make it tonight. But he did tell me that he is rolling up a witch character, a human witch.
Okay.
So that'll be part of his
It
character.
is that time of the season.
Uh, right, exactly. So Tom Rowe texted me. He's super busy down in Louisiana dealing with whatever he's dealing with. So he's not going to make it tonight. He's probably going to jump into the campaign at some point in the future once his all his Louisiana crap has been settled up. And I just got a text from Eric. He says, "Hey, buddy, I'm running a fever and I'm barfing, so I think I'm going to have to miss tonight." so,
Okay.
so this is it. This is us. Uh,
Gotcha.
so
Okay.
so John is here. John, did you have a chance to make a character?
Yeah, he's in the system now. Roll 20.
All right. Let's take a look here
What do you need?
and see what is
But he's
Oh,
your.
you got it.
Oh,
he's
I see him.
into
There's
Okay.
the camera, but they're not gonna see it. You want this? You want this one?
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. It's great.
So Eric is a Kutagawa?
Eric is a Kutagawa.
Okay.
Put this guy here. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna archive that. Okay. All right, perfect. So that being the case, so let me so what did John, what kind of character did you make?
I made a human cleric, but I can't tell what the hell I'm doing here. I got no armor. I got a shield and a freaking light mace.
Okay. Did you
And
use
then,
you used demiplane to do it like I advised?
yeah, then I imported him in here, but I
Excellent.
can't tell what I don't. There's so many rules. I'm not even. I
It's
just
okay.
guessed.
Don't
Yeah.
don't worry about it. We're all sort of learning. We'll bring it forward we'll bring it forward together. So don't feel like you're in, it's still D&D, it's still Pathfinder. So it'll be okay.
Sounds good. I can't tell if I'm proficient with armor or weapons at all. I don't know where that's listed at.
So
Most clerics are proficient with light
And medium
armor
armor.
to begin with.
Yeah.
Right. And
Okay.
and I think it depends on if you're a cloistered cleric or a war priest.
Yeah, that is true too.
I'm
Yeah,
cloistered.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
you're
you may not
cloistered.
even be.
Oh, you're cloistered. So you might be proficient in unarmored armor.
Yeah. Yeah. But how do I see it there, but I don't know why that is. But okay, it must be because I'm a cloistered cleric.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't get light armor even.
Yeah.
So yeah, you start out depending on as a bog standard cleric, you start out as untrained in all armor. It's not a proficiency based kind of thing. It's untrained. Although you can switch off. Like so for Tom, for example, he's playing a war priest, which makes I think part of being a war priest is you do get armor training, right?
Yeah.
Medium.
It's like
Right.
being a sorcerer, really. You're like well in the back.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't be up front.
Right. You're not meant to be in melee. You're like
Although if you're a priest of a different denomination, I encourage you to get up front.
Yeah.
But don't feel like you're married to this guy. If you need to make some changes, if that didn't work out the way you wanted to work out, we can do it on the fly. So don't worry about that. Everything's cool.
All right, cool. Thanks.
All righty.
I'm gonna try to fix my camera.
Okay, perfect. All right, excellent. So I think everybody should be able to see. Let me ask this: does anybody care if other people see their character sheet?
I don't care.
I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna.
To me,
So
it
basically,
doesn't
what I'm gonna
matter.
do is I'm gonna show everybody's character to everybody, which it might already be doing that. So, all right.
I can see two names.
Okay. You should be able to see everybody.
Yeah, I see Eric. I see Akutagawa, but I don't see his sheet. I just see his picture.
I just see his bio
Yeah.
picture.
Well, it might be a limited amount of what you can, can access to somebody else's character. All right, perfect. So
But I don't see
His-
anybody else's. I mean, I see mine.
Les, one thing I did notice is
Mhm.
it's showing my character's armor class is 12 when it should be 17.
All right, should we go in there and take a look at that then?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, let me whoops, sorry. All right, so I've got you at base 10 +2 modifier. What I don't have, I have you equipped with explorer's clothing. I'm assuming you have some armor then that is not being
No,
attached
I'm
yet.
I'm an unarmored monk. I have
Okay.
so
We have
I
two
I should
cloistered
have an
clerics.
armor. I'm
No,
having
he's a monk.
Well,
monk. I should have 17 armor class.
that's as good
Okay.
as mine wearing scaling.
So you're untrained in
I
armor.
expert and unarmored.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, because the other sheet showed it to be 17.
Okay, let me
Is it
take a look
not
here.
taking his dex score into account, maybe? I don't
No,
know.
it is.
no,
Okay.
it's taking the dex into account. It's not taking the expert and untrained into account.
Hmm.
I wonder why. It's
Uh,
listed as expert.
Uh,
Hold on. Let me see if I've got that right. Okay, monk.
So we have two clerics who can hopefully both heal. Or
Yeah.
okay, and then a monk and a barbarian. Well, the one cleric is also out in front, right? Oh, that's good.
Well, my idea of healing is if you have something hurting you, I think bloodletting is a good way to heal that.
The
Right.
best offense is a good defense and
That's
also
true,
a good
too.
heal.
Okay, unarmored defense. Let me see. Where is that? Why am I not seeing it either? Nethys, you are a big pile of goo.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick reboot. Make sure my camera's
Okay.
working.
Yep.
Jono has the hardest time with that camera.
Yeah, I got two of them. They're both stuck.
Do you?
Use your proficiency in
Are they
unarmored
external
defense.
from
So
your
it should
computer, John?
be a proficiency bone. So yeah, so for whatever reason, it's not taking
is it?
the 5 for unarmored defense as a proficiency bonus. And I don't know why. So I'm going.
If we get rid of the explorer's clothing, you did something and it changed it.
It's rank. Your rank was untrained in it. Now I moved it to expert. So
Okay.
there we go. That did it.
Okay.
That adds your proficiency bonus back in. So now you're back to 17.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, because you get because of the monk, it's his proficiency bonus to his armor class.
That's nice.
There we go. All right. Did anybody else have problems with their character sheets?
I think I'm okay. I don't know
Okay.
this sheet well enough to know if there's a problem.
Right.
Perfect. And as a DM, that's what I'm taking. That's what I'm hoping to take
That's
advantage
what
of.
you're hoping to take
Are
advantage
you-
of?
Are you converting this on the fly to Pathfinder, or did you find it like?
So,
Okay.
you mean like the whole
Trained, it should
sort of
be.
module?
Yeah, because wasn't it written in 5e?
It was written in 5e, yeah. And so so let me rephrase. I have found several different tools, well, not tools, several different resources and tools that are greatly helping me with the conversion to 2e, but some of it I'm doing myself.
Okay, no, that's good.
So, but that's okay. All right. So as we go into tonight, you'll remember last time. So we'll do a very quick recap. I sent out the video from last time. I sent out the website recap. So hopefully you guys had a chance to look at that. But as you recall, essentially you guys are in Absalom, and you come in. You are invited to talk to this guy Musif. He is a Qadiran merchant prince, very wealthy man who happens to have merchanting concerns all over the inner sea, and he happens to be in Absalom. And he comes to you and basically says, "Look, I've asked you guys to come visit me because I need your help." And he basically says, "Look, what if I were to tell you?" He's like, "Look, everybody has heard of the plains, right? Everybody knows that there are plains out there, the abyss, the hells, the happy hunting ground, nirvana. All of these places exist. Everybody knows them, and scholars have been and magic users and clerics have been traveling to them for thousands of years, and it's very well documented. But what if I told you," he basically says, "if there is that there are a series of planar regions that are smaller than the Great Plains, but separate from the prime material plane, that have slipped under the scrutiny both of the major powers along with their servants and acolytes, and also the greatest thaumaturgists of the day. What if I told you basically he says, look, what would you think if I told you I found some planes that nobody knew existed?" He says, "Look, I believe my scholars, the scholars in my employ, have found such a place. As you can imagine, I've spent a great deal of money furthering research into the multiverse. It's something of a hobby of his. And recently, some of the magic users, the wizards in my employ, came to me with a remarkable finding. They have found an unknown place. It's not cataloged in any of the available treatises, but we can travel there. And as far as my researchers can tell, it's completely unknown to modern planar investigation." He says, "As you can imagine, that creates a huge commercial opportunity. It's basically a completely untapped market with the potential for other untapped markets that have never had contact with the prime material plane. Think of the goods we could sell them. Think of the unique and incredibly rare things they could sell to us. As you can imagine, this is an opportunity I couldn't pass up." So he's like, "You're probably wondering why I reached out to you with this information." And he says, basically, "I need help. You guys come highly recommended. No, I don't want to mention who recommended you, just to say that their endorsement led me to approach you. And what I want," and it's basically between the various kinds. If you're a martial character, he says, basically, "I want your prowess and ability. We don't know what we're going to face in these planes, other than some very basic knowledge compiled by a couple of single travelers that work for me. I need protection, and frankly, my own cadres are not skilled enough in the manner that I suspect we will need. That's why I hired you." When he talks to divine casters, he basically says, "I'm hoping for you to test the boundaries of this region. Most specifically, whether this place is connected enough to the rest of the multiverse that you can still draw upon the divine energies of your individual gods. We're still advancing what we know about this place, and I want you to test those theories." And finally, arcane casters, he basically says, "Look, there's so much we have to learn, and having independent scholars and magi examining, exploring, and collaborating with my own researchers, I can't help but think that we could both investigate and seek out opportunities within these new realms. That's why I want you here." He also basically says, "Look, I want you to meet." He's like, "Look, I won't personally be able to go on this." Let me rephrase. He then says, "Do you guys all accept?" You guys all accepted. Otherwise, it's going to be a very short campaign. And
The plane, boss, the plane.
yeah, we don't want to play this next module, that kind of thing. So basically, he says, "Look, we're going to leave in 2 days, and we're going to go to this place and investigate it, and then come back. I can't go because I have commitments I have to deal with in Opara, and so I will be traveling. But the entire operation will be put under one of my primary scholars and researches, the mage Larindus." And he sort of introduces him, and this is Larindus. Basically, this is the guy who was, and Musif will explain that this is the mage who was instrumental in locating and piercing the veil between the prime material plane and this new plane that we have found. And so he's going to be leading the expedition in my stead, and you'll be taking instructions from him. Basically, he'll be leading the thing. And so he gives each of you an extra 20 gold pieces to buy additional equipment as you should so feel that you need to go on an expedition of this nature. He tells you, "I expect that we will be inside the new plane for about 24 hours. So be prepared in whatever way you think is satisfactory for that. And then meet back here, on Tuesday when we'll get ready to leave." Any questions on that, or for Musif? Questions for me, or questions for Musif, the Kadiran merchant prince?
Do they feel we need anything special? Like, how we get back?
So Lorindus is a mage of some note and will be bringing multiple spells of plane shift that have been custom tailored to function between these two realms. So he'll be coordinating both the entry into the new realm and the exit from the new realm.
Is he
Yeah, it's a highly
coordinating-
modified and sort of customized version of plane shift.
And is he's coming with us, so he'll be with us to customize our coming back, or
Correct.
like,
Yes.
right, okay.
Yeah, he's coming with. He'll be coordinating both you guys going. He'll be taking care of the arcane energies from that, and he will be coordinating bringing everybody back. Our expectation for this particular event is that you guys will spend about 24 hours inside the new plane, where you will ascertain certain elements of that, try to contact with your gods, perhaps make contact with the locals in some fashion, and see what's going on there. Essentially, with Lorindus, I'll be sending a couple of my guys who are commercial experts to try and figure out that. I'll be sending some of my own fighter types, bodyguards, but basically I want to hire you guys because I think you're uniquely qualified to help Lorindus with this. Help me and Lorindus with this.
I think I might like to get a second water skin.
Seems reasonable.
Grughilda, what is your race? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm a dwarf.
Dwarf. Okay.
And I have a really fabulous beard. Like the braids are
To die for.
really complicated. It's a thing of beauty to behold. Beads. It's the shizzle.
It's the shizzle.
Yeah.
Velcro, what are you playing? I'm sorry,
Human.
what is the name?
Human.
I mean, what's his name though?
Velcro.
Oh,
Let's see if this
Sorry.
works.
Should be able to see it.
no, I see it. I just figured that was just your regular name.
I don't know. I feel like we should have rations. Is that right?
Yeah, oh yeah. And you can buy rations.
I mean,
There
yeah,
is Gwen's character.
yeah.
And what a character she is. Let's look at that beard.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It is.
Look at that thing. Braided, suave. Perfect.
If you should meet a terrible end, I will remove your braids and take them back to your clan for you.
Oh, thank you.
And wear them like Predator.
Well, then my spirit will continue with you, lending you my strength.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if I should die, kill my minder, which is Tenzin.
Oh.
Kill Tenzin.
I
If
thought it would
if
be
I should
like
fall.
avenge you. Avenge me.
Oh, that's as close as you can get.
Okay.
I'll take the murder of Tenzin as a de facto vengeance.
So
I'm the
that,
caddy.
the water
Now,
skin is
for
like-
example, if you go to details and it asks for personality, and it says beliefs, Orc makes right, attitudes, send them all to Nelgrith and let him sort it out. Likes, long walks on a moonless beach, the warm breeze blowing in my hair. Dislikes, dull tusks.
Hey,
And then
John,
Yeah.
catchphrases are, ooh, you in trouble now.
email me the picture that you used for your avatar, would you? And I'll make a quick token out of it.
Can you import one of the previous versions on the other?
Or he can
I
He
can
can
try.
AI.
Oh, here we
he
go.
can AI
Which is
one
pretty
up real
slick.
quick. It
Just
works
make
I'll
really
tell you
well.
what, have him make one.
Another thing that
John.
happened this weekend
He
is
can
my
get very
fucking external
specific.
hard drive
Oh,
is
it
not
did?
accessible, and
Man,
I have all my tokens on that.
All right, I just downloaded it. Let me see if I can get it up there. Hold on a second. Let me see if this
Any
works.
human guy with a freaking robe was fine.
I might have you. All right, let's see if we can do this. Save changes.
I think they're all
Adioski.
armored though.
Do we have any idea what Dan will be playing? No.
Human witch.
Oh, that's it.
Oh,
The human
human
witch.
witch.
Okay.
And Tom is gonna play a sorcerer, right?
I don't know. He didn't give me any details. Like maybe a sorcerer. I'm not
Can
sure.
does anybody have crafting?
I didn't take it, but I was thinking about it. I just don't know how it works yet.
So, is anyone using a shield?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how the shield, you have to raise the shield and then you block with the shield, and then the shield takes damage and you have to fix it.
Right.
I bought a repair kit because I was thinking
Where would crafting be located? What's that under?
it's a skill and I don't have it. I just realized like, well, I can schlep the repair kit.
What
which
what I'm
ha-
saying is, where would that be located?
It's
Under-
probably under,
feats?
character. It's one of
well,
the
it-
skills, like
skills.
is it
Okay.
a skill feat or is it a general feat?
no, it's a skill. It's like
It
athletic.
is. It's on. I see it now. It's under skills.
Yeah. There
I
are
do not.
feats that you can take that give you crafting or give you specialized crafting.
Because most of this started with
Oh,
what your
the
character was.
crafting needs
You
an
didn't get to declare a lot of new ones.
yeah, it's an intelligence-based thing.
Yeah.
Well, the best way I found in the past is if your shield gets damaged, you
Yeah.
go to one of those cloistered clerics and you take theirs.
All right.
Because they
let's
don't
do-
know how to use it anyway. So you may as well. Now, as a barbarian, do you have a shield? Do you carry a shield?
I mean, I could do a shield, but no, I'm using a
Okay.
bastard sword two-handed. And I think I might switch to the glaive. I don't know. That's my deity's favored weapon.
Is it glaive?
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
it's a dagger, but her brother, who she kind of had a frenemy situation with, he sort of went evil. He went bad.
That
Didn't
happens.
apple.
I have
So
brothers like that.
she took the glaive from him, his evil glaive. And so it's like it's still a weapon that she, honors her, but there's a story.
Mr. Masterson, under details, did you fill out your height and weight and that kind of thing?
Boop.
No, do you have to do that?
I didn't
don't
put
have to,
weight.
but you
I
can.
didn't put weight, but height 7 foot.
Oh, wow.
7
How-
foot. You're 7 feet tall?
Yeah, the orcs are
Orcs are
plus.
7 feet to 7 foot 5, it said.
What? Okay.
So that's like
That's why no one wants to play basketball with him.
Well, we tend to foul out.
Nice.
I couldn't find a place that it stated weight, Tom, so I just skipped it for now.
You know how I determined my weight? I took Shaq's weight.
oh,
Shaquille O'Neal, because he's
Yeah.
about 7'2".
yeah.
He's a big boy. All right.
What
So
did you
that's
say the weight was, Tom?
It's 344.
Okay.
Wow, he weighs 344 pounds.
Yeah, he's over 7 foot tall though.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah.
yeah, tall people are weirdly heavy. Because it's just something, it's like the inverse square rule, right? My
I
friend
mean-
Jo-
Well, I
my
mean-
friend John is like 6'4", and he's not what you would call, he's not super hefty. He's kind of like a rail. He's kind of very skinny. But he weighs well over, I mean, he's closing in on, he's like 250 pounds, but he's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah,
Well,
I got a
especially
nephew who's
muscle, too,
6'7"
like-
and one who's 6'6", and they're both well over 250, and the one's skinny.
Yeah. So it's weird.
Yeah.
All right. So other equipment that you guys want to get, John, we need to get you some equipment. Can you pick equipment you should be able to do it in
Yeah.
Demiplane.
Yeah, there's no starting package like there was in 5e, so I'm trying to figure out what to get.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
There is. They have adventurers packs that are can made up for each class.
Oh, okay.
And it's cheaper, and I think you maybe get a break on the weight.
What does it say? It's got a bedroll, chalk, flint and steel, rations, rope,
And unless the
Uh,
other equipment that I bought, I just
soap,
put it in
torch, and water
in my
skin.
pack. I just
Okay, perfect.
loaded it in there. Cause I
Gotcha.
got like flint and steel, chalk, rope, crowbar, metal spikes, hammer, torch, soap. I don't know what I'm doing with
Oh,
soap.
does anyone have a shovel? How much does a shovel cost?
Empty vials, parchment, writing set.
Oh,
Let's see,
oh, a
eating
shovel's not gonna-
utensils, rations, water, sack. I also found something that was fairly expensive that's called silver salve.
Okay, what does that do?
Oh.
And you can spread that on a weapon, and for X amount of time, it gives it a property like a silver made weapon.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Wow, that's nice.
Well, but it's kind of expensive, and it's a one use
Yeah.
item. I mean, it's only on like a blade for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it on an arrow, and it's one shot per dose, but you can do several arrows. And I pulled that all out of their inventory thing, out of the
Well,
roll.
anyway, I
Gotcha.
got a repair kit, so it don't anybody need to buy a repair kit also.
Okay, perfect.
And I also
But hopefully
grabbed,
somebody knows how to use it.
I had grabbed a healer's toolkit too, just in case.
Yeah, that's good. Do I have medicine?
Does
Oh, good.
anybody?
I'm trained in medicine. I have a healer's toolkit too, and I'm trained in medicine.
Okay, cool. Other equipment? You don't necessarily have to spend a bunch of time getting equipment right now. I just wanted to point that out that you guys do have some equipment options now that the merchant prince has given you you know, a fair amount of extra cash to kind of like knock around.
Yes, yes.
All right. Do you guys want any other questions for Musif or Lorindus? I guess you could. He introduces himself to you guys. I'm Lorindus. I'm the merchant prince's chief mage, and I am the discoverer of these new planes. Do you have any questions about them? I have traveled there on 2 other occasions briefly to ascertain the magical elements.
So he has
required,
been
blah,
to
blah.
this specific plane we are going.
He will, yeah. He'll say that he's been there on a couple of occasions. Short stays, largely to do some magical investigation, some very quick magical investigation. If you pry, he'll basically tell you that on each of those occasions he was in that plane for a number of hours,
Okay.
and then returned.
Did
Did
he
he-
meet any of the denizens?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
He
ask.
did, yeah. He met individuals. He goes, interestingly enough, they speak the common language, the Taldan, a variant of the Taldan language. Although their names are quite different from what you would normally see. Their names are unusual, but they exhibit. I mean, the individuals I saw and spoke with were in every measurable way that I could ascertain humans.
Were there dwarves?
I did not see any dwarves.
Hmm.
Or orcs, for that matter, or goblins, if we're talking about Eric playing a goblin rogue.
Mhm.
Yeah, we might have a little problem.
But
We're gonna be an
go ahead.
ecumenical group.
Yeah, there's so far there's only one human in the place, so it's like you guys could call yourselves the Greenskins or something like that and switch it up.
Well, John has to be the quarterback, it sounds like.
But yeah, he says that he encountered and spoke to about over the course of the two things about a half dozen of these humans, and like he says, they spoke the common language, but they were familiar, but they had strange sounding names. But by all, he's like, look, I didn't dissect any of them, so I don't know if they were actually humans.
Right,
But they seem to be, and
Can we? Oh, sorry.
I'm sure at some point during this this campaign, someone is going to get chopped into pieces. I'm not sure who, but
One of
I'm
these
sure
days,
someone.
right?
I would never do something like that.
I would never do it.
Does he have any access to potions that we might be able to get?
He
from him?
does, and although one of his assistants will be bringing some minor healing magic with us,
Okay.
but he's not in a position to sell you any of them.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
But his assistant will have a bunch of potions. And I wink at Tenzin and say, stay close to him.
Stay close to that guy. All right. Other questions for him or Musif?
Negative.
All right, you have a couple of days to sort of gather up equipment and settle affairs and that kind of. Well, I guess you wouldn't necessarily settle affairs, but because basically they're saying we're going to be gone for a day. So other than that, is there anything that you guys do in town before you report to Musif's estate to essentially go on the trip?
I have nothing.
All right. Day and a half later, you return to Musif's estate. This time, you'll remember the last time you guys had to, there were some guards out front and that kind of stuff. There still are, but they just wave you through. It's obvious that, instructions have been left with them that you guys are to pass through without being harassed. And you are actually given directions to the rearward part of the estate. It's a large estate in Absalom, but in the back of this walled sort of, sort of manor area is a large wooden building, much like a barn or a modern day pole barn, in which there are people milling about. And once you guys kind of turn the corner, you guys are waved over. You also see Lorindas kind of come outside for a minute, and he's talking to some people. He gives you a little wave, and he's like, "This is," gives you sort of like the universal gesture for this is the spot. Hold on a second. How does this happen?
What?
Hey, Gwen, I cannot find shovel in this book, but a
Nope.
crowbar, which I do have one,
I have
costs
a crowbar too. It's not
costs
in
5
the,
silver pieces. I can't imagine a shovel would cost any more than that, but you'd have to talk to Les if you want to pick one up.
well, I
I
just
think
want,
that's adequate. 5 silver for a shovel would be
okay,
perfectly
all right,
adequate.
I'll add a shovel for 5 silver, so, okay.
Custom tool
It always comes in handy if you have to dig a cat hole.
I
or a
mean, you
grave.
just don't know, right? One bulk?
One bulk, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All
All
right.
right. So as you guys enter into this barn, and you see something pretty interesting. When you get there, you see that inside the barn is a large wagon. And it's standing atop a wooden platform. And so you can see people sort of milling around. There's probably, you guys included, there's probably a dozen people in and out of the barn. Various people. It's obvious that there are some people who are expected to go. Lorindas is there. He looks like he's seeing to the arrangements. He's giving instructions and that kind of stuff. After a few moments, Lorindas comes over to you and he says he quickly reminds you of the duties that Musif has explained to you. I can answer some questions, any more questions you may have, but frankly, he's not talking, but he looks busy. He looks like he's making all the things. He looks very busy. Doesn't look like he's also super interested in spending a lot of time with you guys. It's obvious he considers you guys to be hired help. It's not a bad thing. It's just like he doesn't consider you guys to be any more important than the other people that he's dealing with, and he's got a lot of things to prepare. Does that make sense?
Is he got a wagon full of stuff to sell? What's he?
Well, so after a few minutes, Lorindas is satisfied with the situation. He loudly tells everybody to sort of, we'll be leaving in a few minutes. But you do see that during this period where Lorindas is sort of overseeing things, you do see some of the guys load some crates into the back of the wagon. So just give me a quick perception check.
Okay.
I gotta find where. Oh, there's perception.
Natural 20 on her first perception roll
Nice.
as Grugilda rocks it. She's like bionic eye and this stuff. All right, so Grugilda, you as you're watching these things, there's it seems odd, right? You weren't you understand from Musif that this is, ultimately what he's interested in is exploring new markets. This is a commercial venture. He's a merchant prince. This is what he does.
Right.
He also has a hobby in planar travel and planar that kind of stuff. So with this wagon, you would think that it's possible he might be sending some trade goods through. Here's the kicker, though. There's only a couple of these crates. The wagon is bigger than the amount of crates that are being loaded into. It's not like it's full. So it's only like it's like 3 of these crates. And the crates themselves, as you watch these guys load, it looks like, well, first of all, the crates are locked, like with padlocks.
Okay.
So which is different, which is atypical, I should say. Second, the guys carrying them, it seems to look like it's quite heavy. Wow, look at that's kind of cool. The demiplane character sheet kind of has a different thing. Very cool.
Hey, dumb question. How do you guys roll perception?
On the right-hand side, it took
Of
me a
your
while to find
sheet.
it too. There's an area that says perception, and then a
He's
little
got a
blue box
different
under the number,
Perception
and the
initiative
circle
is
says
right next
perceive.
to it.
He's got a different sheet than you guys do because he used demiplane.
Oh,
So let me take
Is
a
it
look.
under
Hold
the
on.
skills?
don't know.
I don't know. Offhand cleric. Let me see.
I
Looks
got
like this
perception.
sheet is close to your initiative roll.
Yeah.
It's right above on your character sheet, John. It's right above your initiative.
Yeah, so try to roll because I keep getting a pop up. How the hell did you
Yeah.
do that?
I clicked over the where you see where it says +7.
Yeah.
If you mouse over that, it shows a little dice.
Oh.
Oh,
There
I
you
love you.
go. There you go. Very cool. These demiplane things are pretty sweet. All right. So basically back to what I was thinking. The crates are locked. They look really heavy and they don't make any noise. Like there's nothing jostling around inside that you can hear anyway.
No goblins.
Nothing
You could-
dripping.
You could potentially fit a goblin in one. They're just about that size, although the goblin would have to be in several pieces probably.
That's how he's going to introduce.
Yeah.
And
That's
here's
why
Eric.
I asked about the dripping or stains on the box.
Uh, yeah, there's no state. These boxes, well, they also they're not like crudely made crates. They're like boxes, almost chests. I mean, not quite. They're not like quite treasure chests, but they kind of exude that kind of vibe.
Okay.
Like reinforced.
Well, they're definitely, well, yeah, they look pretty well made, and they definitely have locks on them, which, normally trade goods are in like rough-hewn crates or bags or something like that. They wouldn't spend the kind of money on those containers that these containers obviously exhibit. Okay.
Right. And wait,
Cool.
so is it just the wizard that's going, or are there
No,
like
there's
guards?
probably about another half a dozen people that
Okay.
you guys don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, they're obviously he's ordering them around, that kind of stuff. One guy is going to be obviously the driver of the cart. And finally, after things are loaded, after a few minutes, Laurindis seems satisfied with the situation, and he basically says, "All right, everybody, I want everybody to prepare for transition to the new plane. We have a couple of things that I need you to do. Everyone who is going needs to stand upon the wooden platform and have at least one hand on either the horse, or a horse, or the wagon itself. The focus of my magic to take us to the new plane will be on the wagon itself. So contact it will ensure that the travel there will be smooth for you." And so all the other guys are like, okay, well, they step out on the platform and they grab a hold of this piece or that piece or the piece of the harness of the horse's harness or something like that. And I assume you guys do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go grab the top part of the rear wheel.
Top part of the rear wheel. Perfect. Okay. And then just rip it off. All right. So after a few minutes, all right. everybody sort of comes up, gets on the platform, touches some portion of the horses or the wagon. He's like, Lorindas is like, is everybody ready? You know, that kind of thing. And then Lorindas begins what is obviously a spell. It takes a little bit of time. It's after about 30 seconds, you begin to feel a strange, unsettling, sort of shifting feeling. It's a little bit like being on a boat in rough waters, but you're not moving anywhere. The barn wood around you begins to turn dark, and you begin to smell what smells like a forest, undergrowth. You could smell leaves, you could smell trees, you can almost feel like there's a little breeze going by you, but it's dark, you can't really see anything.
That's that stuff that ZZ ate for lunch.
Yeah, so he probably should have put that in the Foot Locker. And then as almost as quickly as it happens, you're there. It's pitch dark, and you
Dark
could hear.
vision.
Well, it's still pitch dark. You can tell with dark vision, you see sort of things in the moonlight and that kind of stuff. But soon they get, you hear Lorindas is like, light torches. Actually, he doesn't yell out light torches. You could hear him like, okay, everybody, light the torches. And a liquid pool of light surrounds the wagon and the crew. You find that you have materialized on what looks to be a fairly well-maintained dirt road, which is surrounded on both sides by a thick woodland. The carriage is materialized sort of perpendicular to the road itself, not like on the road, but like sort of sideways, which leads you to believe that maybe this is a different location than the ones Musif described as previous expeditions going to. Like maybe this is the first time they've come to this particular spot. Lorindas takes a few moments to recover from the exertions of the spell, and then he swings into action. He's giving orders. The most prominent of which of his instructions is to remain silent unless specifically necessary to speak. He himself is whispering hoarsely, "You over there, come over here." At one point, he pulls out what looks like a map, and he creates a small magical light. His finger lights up, ET style, to illuminate, and he shows it to the man who has been designated, who's obviously the guy who you guys have known as before. He's going to be the wagon driver. He nods to Lorindas. He steps up on the seat and begins quietly as possible to sort of turn the wagon sideways and get it aligned on the road. But yeah, it's very dark here. The torches reveal
all the eyes in the trees.
Well, that should not have done that. 1 second.
Those are fireflies.
Why is this doing this? Okay, so of course, here's the first time that this has happened. Oh, no, it's because I'm on the wrong thing. So let's see if this works. There we go. All right, perfect. I had my things. So it's dark, and and it's a thing. But as you guys are sort of like everything's starting to get moving, and Lorindas is giving instructions and that kind of stuff, you begin to hear something in the distance.
Oh, when once we've landed and we can let go of the wagon.
Yes.
2 hands on the sword.
Oh, you got your sword out. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
You hear noises in this. Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, they have locomotives here. I hear a train whistle.
I thought it was an air raid siren bomb.
You hear sounds all around you. Sounds like wolves.
Yeah.
In the distance.
Ah, children of the night.
And it's from every direction. You can hear it everywhere. And then as you guys look around, people are starting to get a little nervous because it seems like this person started out far away, but now it seems even closer.
Does he seem like this is normal? This is what he expected, to arrive at night? And
he seems a little nervous. So Lorindus at this point is you guys are starting to get moving down the road, and you hear those wolf sounds out in the background, and it seems to be from every direction. Lorindus does seem to be a little nervous at first, but he's encouraging everyone, let's keep moving, everyone. Don't worry about this. But yeah, he does seem a little nervous at first. Then suddenly, as you guys are putting on, there's a guy in front with a torch, and he's leading the way, and you can see in the glow of the torchlight eyes in the distance, lots of them out in the woods. And you look around, you a quick look around, they're all around you, and you can see all kinds of things. And suddenly, the tenor of the sounds from the woods begins to change.
All right, clerics, fireballs.
Without warning, wolves leap out of the woods and attack the people. You suddenly, all the pretense of being quiet is over. Lorindus is yelling, defend yourselves, defend the cart. Everyone form a circle, that kind of thing. He's trying to give it up. But at least a dozen wolves leap out of the woods, attack the carriage, attack the men around it. They seem to be wolves at first, but in the flickering chaos, you see that some of them bear all the hallmark of werewolves.
Oh.
Lorindus is like, let's keep going. We can outrun them. He yells at the carriage driver, speed up. And you all and the rest of the crew begin to follow along as quickly as possible. But almost immediately after that happens, you see something terrifying jump out of the woods and leap onto the carriage. Let's see if this works.
Oh my. Oh no.
There's Lorindus, and the werewolves leap on the carriage, grab the mage, and throw him off onto the ground as they try to speed away. The other werewolves and either werewolves or real wolves leap onto the mage and begin tearing him apart. You can hear him screaming. The attack is vicious and terribly one-sided. But as soon as the werewolves have gotten Lorindus and the bulk of the crew, the cart comes to a stop as the driver is eaten. You guys are fighting away, trying to keep these things off, and frankly, not getting too. It's not having too well of attack. You're doing the best you can, but it's terribly one-sided attack. You see man-shaped wolves tear open the back of the cart and leap in and grab those chests, those crates out of the back and run off into the woods with them. All of you have been knocked to the ground, knocked either senseless and unconscious or somewhat injured, but your fears are somewhat allayed by the fact that you do not seem to have been bitten by these creatures. They withdraw as quickly as they came, and there is quiet in the woods once again, and you're lying there on the ground, beaten up, in some cases knocked slightly unconscious, knocked for a loop. You remain on the ground for a minute or so, sort of collecting your thoughts, slowly coming back to consciousness, very much aware of the idea that there are still wolves that lurk in the woods. When, out of your eyes, you see a man come out of the woods and kneel down next to you.
It's Sean Connery.
It is Sean Connery. Hello, everyone.
And we cannot use
I can't do a Sean Connery.
caravan guards on our resume anymore.
Yeah, right.
Miss Moneypenny.
Miss Moneypenny. So the guy is, and so this guy kneels down and he kneels down on the war priest, and he sort of brings you up to a sitting position. And he's like, why have you come back? You were warned repeatedly not to return here. And why would you bring Argent? Why would you bring Argent? We're practically under the eye of the beast here. He shakes his head. Can you walk? Are you bitten?
Hey, Les, I do have a question.
Sure.
How come that guy laying to the right
In the
of
middle's
the guy
got three
standing
arms.
there
Yeah.
has 2 pieces to his arm?
He got
That's one
three
of-
arms.
That's one of the many mysteries of Barovia.
Ah, that is weird. I
That
hate
makes
to
him
see him
really
driving a car.
valuable as a cargo carrier.
Yeah, you can see where how he got the job. They're like, what unique qualities do you have that make you good at
he's a
this?
turn signal.
He's like, he's Fletcher from Wrath of the Righteous. So Dan Jensen's, I don't know if you guys ever sat in on Wrath of the Righteous, but Dan Jensen's character was an elvish barbarian who'd made a pact with a demon princess, and as part of that, she melded a Glabrezoom arm onto his chest that he could use to make third attacks and grab people with. So yeah, he had a third arm, but this is not that guy. This is the vagaries of AI. The vagaries of AI image generation. Let's just assume there's another guard underneath him that's
Okay.
holding it up.
Who's the guy underneath still alive? He's like, huh?
Get him off of me.
But he's like, why have you returned? Your lord was warned, and doubly warned not to bring Argent here. And the way he pronounces is Argent. He was like, you were told and doubly warned not to bring Argent here. And then you return with crates of it. Did you think the Count would not get word of this? He looks around and sees the eyes in the distance still watching. Oh, those
What
are
is the Argent?
Silver.
Argent, what are you? I will explain everything. We have to get out of here. The Count's servants are still out there, and they're not pleased that I've shown up. They've taken of the crates, but they're holding back for now. They will wait for us to make a mistake if we don't depart soon. We won't grant the autonomy. Come on, we must away to the village. Get on your feet. If you can walk, walk. Let me know if you need help.
The mage
Is the
that was-
wizard dead? I want to
Yeah.
examine him.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, if you look back, this was what happened to
I saw him fall off.
Yeah, he was knocked off by a werewolf, and
then the
then
dog
you see that
leapt
other
over
one
the
just
top of him.
sort of jumped onto him. You see other guys in the background coming up. So yeah, you've witnessed him being torn apart essentially.
Well, we'll
Okay.
take his hat and his cloak.
I was going to say, I want to categorize his items to return to his widow.
When you get over to him, he is largely torn apart. He doesn't have much in the way of items. A little bit of money in his pocket. So about 25 silver pieces, and 2 gold. Some spell components that have been, that some of which may or were not scattered about. Beyond that, it's interesting that this guy did not bring much in the way of magic items. When you look into the cart to look for the healing stuff, there is a small box in there, and some of those bottles have been broken in the werewolf's hastes to remove the crates. But there are still 3 bottles which are labeled very helpfully with the words "potions of healing" on them.
Okay.
Three-
Well, why
three
don't
bo-
the barbarian and Tinzen split those up? And,
Is it like a
Tinzen,
minor?
did you hear that he had 2 silver pieces and some
2 gold and 25 silver.
no. He had 2 silver pieces and some material components on it.
Is it a minor healing potion?
It is. Hold on a second. I will tell you momentarily.
And you said there were 3, so you guys will have to decide who gets the odd one.
Well,
Unless you want to give it to the cloistered cleric to either use or administer, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that sounds good. Oh, although, well, maybe that's good.
Yeah, so the way I'm doing a little bit of house rule here.
Okay.
So these are potions of heal. And basically if you drink it, so you guys are I think at least partially familiar with the 3 action economy that Pathfinder uses. If you take 1 action to drink the potion, you get D4 health points. If you take 2 actions, you get D8. And if you take all 3 actions to drink the potion, you get max. You get 8.
That's kind of how the healing spells work. If you do a quick one, it's a die roll. If
Right.
you take the long one, it can be the max. If you take the middle one, I think it's like an area of effect, but it's a die roll. Something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like spell. If you take first action, the spell has a range of touch. Second action has a range of 30 feet.
Yeah.
And 3 actions, it's a 30-foot
Okay.
for everybody. But in this case, these are potions. So first action D4, second action D8, 3 actions, full 8. If you
Yeah,
use all 3 actions.
area here says 120 feet. That's big.
That can't be right. It's a 30, according to this, I'm looking at this, it says 30-foot emanation.
Oh, well, see, I just pulled up under the innate spells heal, and maybe they have that wrong because I just dropped that in there.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's saying 120. I've got a range of 30 feet for a 2 action and a 30-foot emanation from the individual, like a burst. It's essentially a burst
Yeah.
of heat. Okay. So basically, he says, "My name's Ilarion Grimhold, and when you assure him that you're capable of moving and not infected with lycanthropy, he says he'll take you to safety."
Are any of the other people alive? or they
No
all got
one
killed?
else other than you guys has survived.
Okay.
Wow.
Now
Now, we'll search over them for any helpful weapons, but we'll be quick.
they have a few of their own personal weapons. At least 2 of these guys were basically porters. They don't have
Okay.
much. You could use Scare Up another.
Well, I did see that dynamite crossbow on that side of the wagon.
That's true.
Which one?
there is a crossbow hanging on the side of the wagon if you want to grab it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and you'll find the bolts inside by near where the driver sits. So
10,
a case
10
a
or
case
20 bolts.
case of 20,
Nice.
and it is a heavy crossbow.
Oh.
Designed to be used by the driver in defense of the cart, which he did not have a chance to do.
Right.
Good job.
Barbarian, can you fire a heavy crossbow?
I probably can. I think I have martial things. Yeah, I have martial.
Why
So
why don't you take that in the 20 bolts? Because I already have a heavy crossbow with bolts.
Okay. All right. I'll look it up in heavy. Oops.
Were you going to scare up any more change from these
I can
guys?
tell you what it is if you need it.
Well, I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
do the drag and drop.
Yeah, it'll do that because that's what I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Mr.
And-
Mr. Masterson, were you keeping a booty list?
Yeah,
quote,
I'm
unquote?
writing
Okay.
it all down.
These are just normal bolts.
And Velcro, did you
Crossbow
add
bolts.
a healing potion to your inventory?
Okay, I'll do that now.
Okay.
So
And
if
I'm
you pick through the rest of the dead guys, you find a grand total of 42 copper, 2 silver, and 1 gold.
Oh, am I
Are the
encumbered?
horses unhurt?
Horses are destroyed. 2 of them are in ribbons on the ground. 1 of them is missing.
Is it
Okay.
a minor healing potion?
It's called a potion of heal.
It's just
got
it's
a
just called a
3
potion
action
of heal.
economy.
Potion of healing.
I might
It
be
works like your healings.
encumbered. I might not be able to take the
The other crossbow?
yeah, the
So-
crossbow.
Did I miss something? I was probably doing research. It's not in the compendium though.
Gwen, if you
Uh,
cannot carry it, I will carry it because that's a very valuable weapon.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Just
I
let me
can't-
know.
I can't carry it. So
Oh, you're right. Sometimes this is weird the way it does this.
There's
So
minor.
heal.
I see minor, lesser, greater, moderate.
still encumbered. Why am I encumbered?
Go to your inventory and see what weight it adds to it.
Well, it says I have
Oh
Is it
yeah, it's under
1d8?
healing potion. These
What
would
the-
be
1d8?
minor, I think. Hold on a second.
Okay, 1d8.
1d8, yeah.
4.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a minor healing potion.
Minor healing. Okay, gotcha.
And then 2.
Yeah, see, it's showing the bulk of that, not that nasty
Yeah, minor healing. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
for the heavy crossbow.
I
could
mean
be
the
wrong.
glaive. I have a glaive, and that's quite heavy.
Oh, gotcha.
Cool. All right. And you guys, so as soon as he tells his name is Ilarion Grimhold, and he says when you are he admonishes you to be as quiet as possible, and then you begin moving swiftly down the road.
Okay.
Everybody's moving as quickly as they can, and the journey. You're pretty quickly. The sound of wolves goes away. You may have outdistanced them in some way, or they're just simply not hunting you anymore. But he is moving quickly away.
Okay, we'll stay with him as best we can.
Okay. It's every once in a while as you're going, he will mention he's sort of it's almost that he's talking to himself, but he's definitely talking in a manner that all of you hear this. And he's like, look, he's like, they were told not to come back, and they came back anyway and brought Argent with them. I cannot believe that they would do this under the very. And he kind of looks
what
to
did he
the.
explain Ajit was?
He hasn't yet.
Okay.
But he will if you ask him, he'll basically say, the first time you ask him, he says like, be quiet, keep moving. But if you ask him again, what is Argent? He stops and turns around and he says this. He turns around to show you what he means. And he pulls a small poignard from from inside of his cloak. It's obviously in a sheltered position on his thing, but he carries it, and it looks like it's made of silver. And then
Okay.
he'll say, this is what I'm talking about, and this is what you are not supposed to bring back. And he pulls out a coin from a secreted spot inside of his clothing, and he shows it to you. And you can see that it is a Absalomian silver piece.
Now, is
This
that
is
the same silver pieces off the wizard that we got?
correct.
Okay.
He's like, you were told not to bring this here, and certainly not to bring this here under the very eye of the beast. And he points off in the direction that you guys were moving. Because no wonder we were attacked. It was an affront to bring this to bring this material here.
Well, we're going to use the Bart Simpson defense. This is our first day at work.
Yeah.
Well, he seems to be talking about it like you guys should have known not to bring this. But he very quickly puts these items away. And he's like, come on, we need to go.
Well, we will follow him. Where exactly are we going?
We're going
Les,
go ahead.
are you wanting to share your screen still? Because you're still.
Are we not sharing?
Well, I didn't know if I'm seeing your screen in two places, on Roll20 and on Zoom.
Yeah, because
And I didn't know if you
Oh, yeah.
wanted it on Zoom or not.
I
Yeah.
do, because we're recording.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So the Zoom one, you use best way to do it is use your recording use your screen rather than use the Zoom screen, because if you get between the two, it's very easy to sort of like try and start moving stuff around on the Zoom screen and it doesn't work. so use your Roll20 screen for your character stuff. This is just to sort of like for entertainment's sake. Cool. All right. He says, and you say, ask where are we going, and he goes to Barovia village, of course. Come on, we
Okay,
have to
well,
move quickly.
It's the first time we've been here, so.
All right. So very quickly, actually not very quickly. It takes a couple of hours. But finally you find yourself approaching a village. Now it's still quite dark out, but you're approaching from the east. Hold on. And you're approaching from this way. And coming in, and you're heading into town. From the tree line, you guys kind of emerge on the road out of the forests. You're stumbling, you're a bit bloodied, your clothes are somewhat torn by the claws, and you're a little bit exhausted. And as you're at the front, Ilarion is walking, and his eyes are watchful. But as you can see that the first pale lights of dawn are starting to materialize behind you and spread across the village. And he's like, and you can hear Ilarion say, good, dawn approaches. We will go to the Church of the Morning Lord. You will be safe there this day, although the elders may have some questions for you. In the meantime, however, they can keep you safe until they can make arrangements to get you to Vallaki. There they will know what to do with you. So as you kind of come through town, you kind of go through the center of town, and you head towards that building. The Church of the Morning Lord is surrounded by that blue square, and you guys head through town. Town hasn't really come to life yet. It's still before dawn. I mean, you can see the light coming up in the east, but it's not quite dawn yet. You do see a couple of people sort of wandering the streets up early, farmers, drovers, that kind of thing, and they kind of eyeball you guys like, oh, What's all this kind of shit going on here? Because you certainly do not look like the normal kinds of things. But you know, some of them like you know, and some every once in a while, some of them will wave, and Ilarian's like, yeah, I see you.
Are they dressed in a certain type of local garb, or do we stand out because of that?
You stand out a little bit, sir. So certainly you don't see any people. They don't have any very. I mean, I wouldn't call with how they're dressed to be like odd. They're dressed like what you would normally see villagers be dressed in any village in
Okay.
Galarian. You know, some of them are dressed as farmers. One guy you see as you pass by a blacksmith shop. He has a big leather apron on, as would befit a blacksmith.
Okay.
That doesn't seem to be too odd.
Kind of your
They
typical medieval.
Yeah, typical medieval kind of
Okay.
village people. YMCA.
Village people.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
there's
There's
an
a
Indian
farmer,
and
there's
a
an Indian chief,
cowboy.
there's a cop with the big mustache. Um, but no, but they are kind of eyeballing you because one, you don't see any demi-humans. They're all humans. You don't see any goblins or anything like that. So they're kind of like, what is this? And then two, you don't see any of them bearing any weapons. In fact, the more you think about it, when you look at Alarion, it doesn't on the face of him, it doesn't look like he has weapons on him. He does have a sword that looks to be made of steel,
Mm.
but the scabbard, it's relatively short, and the scabbard is kind of like tucked beneath his like sort of coat. So it doesn't
Mm.
look like, you know, to the average observer, it wouldn't be super obvious that he's carrying weapons. You guys, on the other hand, are festooned with weapons, I assume.
Oh, not me, not me.
Grugilda has a glaive, and she's carrying a crossbow that's bigger than she is, and dragging
Actually,
it
I think
along
she
behind her.
said that's going to overbulk her, so I'm
Yeah, I
actually
see.
carrying it
Yes.
as
You
well
got that? All right. Well, yeah. So they're
as my own.
So, yeah. So Zizi's got two. He's treating them like crossbows.
Yeah. Well, 7-2, I should be able to do
spinning them
that.
around like pistols. But yeah, so and you don't see any weapons on the people of this village. You guys approach the church, and it
So what you're
crouches.
saying is we could be masters of this village very easily.
You could certainly try. The church sits on the western edge of the village. It has a sagging steeple. It looks in a bit of disrepair. It's large. The walls are weather-worn stone. They have some soot and age. They're streaked with that. It has a bell tower that has a bell in it, but it doesn't. It looks, at least at least in the pre-dawn hours, it doesn't look like the bell has been rung recently, or maybe at all for a long time. You can smell. Well, you haven't got in there yet. So, once you reach there, Ilarion sort of pounds on the door, boom, 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 and you hear a voice from the inside, and it's like, who is visiting us this morning so early? And Ilarion's like, open up, open the door. I've got to see the. He goes, I've got to see the Reverend and the elders. And so
Avon.
the door opens sort of a bit, and you see what looks to be a sort of young dude, a young novice. He's in a cassock, and he opens the door. He kind of looks out sort of querulously. He's like, Master Ilarion, what is this all about? What have you brought? And Ilarion goes, these are travelers who know nothing of our ways, but they need to be kept safe. Wake the Reverend so that I may explain what I've brought to him. And so he's like, oh, yes, come in. You smell wax, like candle wax, old incense in the air. You do hear in the distance somebody what sounds like praying, maybe a male voice praying, but it's a couple of rooms away at the very shortest. The novice says, please come with me, and he leads you off to the side, off to the left side of the nave, where there's like a little anteroom. There's a little table in there, and some books and papers are sort of scattered, not scattered about, but like on bookshelves and that kind of stuff. It's kind of tight, but you all fit in there. And Ilarion goes to you, stay here, let me get the Reverend, and then I'll speak to him, and we'll see what he can do. And closes the door, so you guys are in there. You can hear sort of like out in there, Oh, and the novice says his name is Brother Gregor. Uh,
Gregor.
Brother
From
Gregor.
inside the room, you can hear some bustling around in the church. After a few minutes, you can hear both men's and women's voices, but you can't make out what they're saying. But you're in there for a couple of minutes. You guys do anything while you're in there?
Just kind of, size it up, look around.
Okay.
Do we recognize the deity? Like the we're going into a strange church, like who is the church dedicated to?
You don't see there's no statues or anything in this room. Like there's no icons or anything like that. If you peruse through the papers, which are written in Talden, essentially common, although of kind of a weirdly archaic version of it, you do hear mention of the sun goddess, the goddess of the sunburst. There's references to the flower of the dawn, things of that nature. You can tell that these pages these books, I mean, there's a fair amount of dust on them. The papers look quite old. You do see some other parchments that have notes on them, but it looked to be ecumenical notes, things of like, remember this, highlighted portions, transcribed from the books, that kind of thing, like a scholar's study. After a few minutes, you hear so you hear there's a lock on the door, and you could hear it like unlock. So you realize sort of as they are letting you out that you were locked in here. Nobody tested the door, so there's that. And then an older man, he's got a shaved head, and he's wearing a cassock similar to Brother Gregor's. He opens the door and he says, greetings, travelers, and welcome to the village of Barovia. My name is Reverend Donovich, and you are welcome in the Church of the Morning Lord. I apologize for keeping you waiting, but I had to fetch some of the villagers so that we can speak with you and decide what should be done. If you would, please follow me. And he turns and leads you into the interior of the church, where you find yourselves in a large sort of meeting room. Now, it's not the church hall specifically. It's definitely a meeting room. This isn't what do they call the room where they actually hold like churches, mass and stuff. There's a room for it, and I can't think of it.
Fellowship hall.
Yeah, that's more like what this room is.
Yeah.
The room where you actually preach is called something else, and I can't think of it. But
The sanctuary.
sanctuary, that's it. So this isn't the sanctuary. This is more of like a meeting room, like a fellowship room, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And as there are several people sort of sitting around a table. There's candles lit, and there's burning. You can begin to also see that the dawn is coming up more, and you can see light coming through some of the cut glass windows, the stained glass windows that are here in this room, but it's still quite dim, and hence the candles. Basically says, look, I want to welcome you to the village of Barovia once again. These are, my friends. They've come to help me assist you. And he introduces the two elders, Elder, hold on a second, Elder Cyrilda and Elder Dragomir. He very quickly introduces, these are the two brothers, Darius and Honorus. Malvorn, this is Valmir, my assistant. This is our resident scholar, Isolde Varkov, and you've already met Brother Gregor. I am Reverend Donovich, and again, I welcome you to the Church of the Morning Lord. And may I ask your names? For it is rare that we see travelers come to Barovia, especially travelers of the considerable hue of your skin and the beardedness of your lady friend.
Well, at least they were able to tell she was a lady.
Right.
That's right.
It was the big metal armored bra. That's probably what gave it away.
Right. I'm Grughilda Blessed Beard, and we are at a bit of a disadvantage. We were hired to come to engage in trade. We were told that the wizard had been here previously, and that we would be welcome, that we were anxious to set up trading partnership between your plane and our own.
So he, as he does that, he's like, Drugilda, it is a pleasure to meet you. And then he sort of looks over at Isolde, who looks back at him and says, she is telling the truth. You're like, oh, okay. And he says, Madam, Ilarion surely would have told you that, I'm certain that he mentioned of the warnings that we had given visitors previously. He must have assumed that you were visitors of a similar nature. But yes, those
I
people who
heard
came
you.
those people who came before were advised not to return and to certainly not bring argent, or as you call it, silver, to this place. We're sorry that you were brought here under false pretenses.
Yes.
As are we.
Difficult.
And you, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, no, go ahead.
And you, sir, with the giant crossbow, what is your name?
I am Xandarius Zari Topus. You can call me ZZ Top for short.
Mr. Top, it is a pleasure to meet you, although we expected someone more bearded.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's why I got my roadie here. I am on a mission with my companions here, also to see what kind of spiritual facts we can find.
Oh, you've come to a terrible place. I'm sorry to inform you. And you, sir. He looks at Jim's character.
Brother Tenzin.
Brother Tenzin, it is good to see another. Are you of a religious bent as well? Do you follow the? Do you have the? Do you have the? Do you have the Morning Lord in the places from which you come?
Not that I know of. I only serve one. That there were inventory. I gotta find. Nulgrith.
Nulgrith. This is a god or goddess that I have never heard of, but it is always pleasant to meet a fellow man of the gods. And you, sir?
Yes, I am a cloistered cleric of the god X. By the way, who's the Morning Lord here? What's the name?
They, as you went through the documents, there was never any specific name printed, but like there was a lot of allusions. Flower of the Dawn, the Lady of the Sun, that kind of thing.
Can I do a religion check to figure out who they're talking about?
Yeah, you could try. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm trying to roll. There we go.
Religion, an 8. You're not sure? I mean, it's
Critical fail.
Yeah, it's really well, it might be a critical fail. No, I don't think it. Oh, it is a natural 1. So,
But is
but
it
in this,
natural 1 or plus minus 10, or is it just minus 10?
it's minus 10.
So
But
ones aren't automatic failures anymore.
no, ones aren't automatic failures. However, critical fails can have bad consequences. Yeah, you can't. It's not, to your ears, it's not memorable. You're not sure. It doesn't seem to, at least as you can recall, that it matches up to any prime
Okay.
material deity.
And we're
However,
using the PF2. We're using the PF2 guys, not Greyhawk or not
correct.
Forgotten Realms. Okay.
Correct.
So
However,
I worship Pharasma.
Pharasma, and he's like, this is a goddess or god or goddess that is also unknown to us. I've never heard that stated, but again, welcome as a man of faith.
She's
you
the
are
Lady
welcome
of
here.
Graves. She embraces birth, death, fate, prophecy, and rebirth.
Ah, the Lady of
So
Graves.
rebirth is kind of like the morning, right? You know, you're reborn in the day, the sun comes up.
It could be that your god or goddess has some shares certain theological elements with the Morning Lord. That's
Perhaps we should talk more.
And Zendarius, you did a religion skill as well. What were you trying to ascertain?
See if I have come across a Morning Lord type deity.
All right. So you've never heard in your experience, well, your experience is largely confined to orcish gods, but you do know quite a bit about other stuff as well. You have never heard any of the gods in Galarian referred to as the Morning Lord. However, some of the papers that you guys kind of flipped through when you were in the other room that talks about the flower of the dawn and the lady of the dawn and that kind of stuff. Some of that language is somewhat synonymous from what you've heard spoken about Sarenrae. In fact, one of Sarenrae's monikers is the dawn flower.
Mm,
So it might be Sarenrae. She also is a goddess of light.
right, right.
What's the name?
Sarenrae?
Sarenrae.
All right, how do we spell?
Saranrae, I think.
Oh, the dawn flower.
The
That's
pansy,
right.
the pansy god, yes.
Sarenrae. There is known to her faithful as the Dawnflower, the Healing Flame, and the Everlight. Sarenrae is a goddess who teaches temperance and patience in all things. Compassion and peace are their virtues, and the enemies of the faith. And if enemies of the faith can be redeemed, they should be.
Yes.
Interesting.
So yeah, so you suspect, Zandarius, that they may be worshiping some version of Sarenrae.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
So
In
so
our
then they
temple, we call him the pansy god because that's a flower.
the pansy god. Put your tulips on this.
That's
All right. So once introductions are out of the way, the Reverend is like, "How did you come to this place?"
Explained to him that we had traveled with the wizard. Um, he somehow teleported us to this area, and we were set on by wolves and werewolves.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Unfortunately, he was also going to return us home.
yeah,
Oh
then
no.
Sean Connery came out of nowhere and saved us.
So I mean, do you guys describe essentially, the lead up and what occurred to you guys?
Right. And
Yes.
oh yeah, we'll recount the tale and plead our ignorance of the situation.
Gotcha. Okay. So basically, Ilarion is also there, and he's like, "Look, this is how I found these guys." And they're like, these are, that indeed you were attacked by the servants of the Count, and it is incredibly fortunate that you survived unscathed and without contracting the terrible sickness that befell those poor unfortunate creatures.
Yeah.
Do they have a
Did
way
you
to
so?
send us back to our world?
Alas, we have no idea where your world is. The people
Mm.
that came before came to Vallaki. This is why it's probably and the word that we were given was that they were warned never to return. Uh,
Mm.
did you not heed that warning, or was it never? Is it?
We were ignorant of that.
Yeah, we were.
we're just
we were
hirelings.
hired on literally 2 days ago to escort a possible trade mission.
Trade mission. Would that be? Is that why? As Ilarion says, Argent was brought here, what you would term silver.
I do not know if he had a buyer for that or not. Those ideas were not shared with us.
It was incredibly foolish to bring that much Argent here. Argent is rare here, very rare, and the Count has made it a point to collect all Argent that is found or discovered. Very few of us would even have the slightest amount. You might find a small silver knife somewhere or a ceremonial bowl, but if the count's agents find any silver, they confiscate it immediately. To bring so much would have
is
immediately gotten
quantities
his
of
attention.
coins, is that considered bad?
Do you have these coins upon you?
I'm just asking for a friend.
So basically, he says if you have a quantity of silver on your person, it will make you It will make you easier to find. Right. So if
Mm.
somebody has quantities of silver, and he'll give you he'll tell you a story. He says, look, there are miners to the north of us, and this is a rumor that he heard, but that one town that as they were mining for iron ore and whatever they could find, they came across a small vein of silver.
Mm.
They mined it dutifully and thought that they had stumbled upon some riches. That they would be able to transfer into that they would be able to use this silver to make themselves wealthy. It was only probably all things considered, probably only a few dozen pounds of iron ore, perhaps as much as 50 pounds of iron ore that they were able to extract from the ground. They were visited 2 nights later by agents of the Count who confiscated it all and took one of the miners back with them to the castle as punishment.
So is silver considered more valuable monetarily or a burden to be in possession?
Well, it's considered incredibly rare and incredibly valuable, and the Count basically has stated on no uncertain terms that any silver found belongs to him. And so it's very rare. People do not have or use silver in any real capacity.
And what is the hang up that the Count desires silver?
Well, I don't know. I assume it's I assume it's just something that he has decided. The Count makes many such pronouncements that seemingly without reason, but we don't question those pronouncements. We dare not.
Mm.
This village, as you can imagine, only has a few people in it. We dare not lose any more.
Do the werewolves attack the village?
They do not, because we obey the Count, and he keeps his servants from attacking us.
The werewolves are the servants of the Count.
Well,
Are werewolves considered evil here?
oh, they are indubitably evil. They in wolfish form, they waylay travelers, attack those who use the roads at night, and will take those they find back to their lairs to devour. In the day, they sometimes
Do
walk
we
among
as a
us.
party know that silver can be used as a weapon against werewolves?
Oh yeah, absolutely, you would know that.
We do know that. Okay.
These guys don't seem to know that.
Okay.
All they know is that the Count has basically forbade the private ownership of silver, and any silver found has to be brought to him immediately, or else punishments ensue. The story about the miners is like a cautionary tale, right? So the idea is these miners found a bunch of iron ore as they were digging for other stuff. They thought it out. They thought, hey, we will make ourselves wealthy rather than bring it to the Count right away. They decided, well, we're gonna smelt it. We're gonna make silver out of it, and we will make ourselves wealthy selling this incredibly rare kind of metal to our friends and neighbors, people, that kind of stuff. But
Someday you'll be able to say, we smelt it, we dealt it.
exactly, he who smelt it dealt. But somehow, despite their secrecy, the Count found out about it and sent his agents there to confiscate the silver. And not only that, they took one of the miners away with them to the castle, never to be seen again.
Mm.
So that sometimes
do we
happens
know
when
how much silver it would take, silver coins, would it take to make a weapon out of it or bolts or anything?
it's just mass. So, right? So a silver denarius, weighs what would be, so a silver coin like the one he showed is about the size of a silver dollar. So, hold on, let me find out how much does a
Well, because I'm
silver
thinking
dollar
with
weigh?
these silver pieces we got off the one guy and whatever we carry in ourselves, we
Yeah.
might want to manufacture some bolts or something
Daggers at
else.
least. We might be able to do daggers at least.
Well, I mean, I don't know, and Mr. Masterson would be very helpful here. How much metal does it take to?
It's 16 ounces in a pound,
So
and a
Go ahead.
A
I'm sorry.
weapon, a sword is about 3 pounds.
Okay.
So
Okay, so a silver piece weighs about 25 grams. So which is a little less than an ounce.
little
There's
less than an
32
ounce, yeah.
ounces, 32 grams to an ounce. So it's, I don't know what it is that. So hold on. I didn't know there was going to be math tonight. 1 second. So to get a 3 pound sword would be, what's that, 48 ounces? So 48 ounces times 32 is 1,536 grams, divided by about 25 would take about 61.5 silver pieces.
So I don't know, we have that much for a sword.
we,
How much would a dagger take?
Or how about an axe?
Or an axe head, or
Yeah.
crossbow bolts, I think, are like the head of a crossbow bolt
Right.
would be probably, you could make a head with a silver piece. But you'd need to melt them down. You would need a forge.
Well, I mean, there's got to be a blacksmith here.
Right, right.
yeah, but he may not want to be involved in that.
Well, no, I understand that. That's why we ask him very nicely, if you catch my drift, to do that for us. And Mr. Masterson, how much would an axe head be?
Again,
Like
it's
2
probably
pounds?
it's probably in that same range, 2 to 3
Okay.
pounds.
Okay.
A dagger would probably be half that.
Okay.
Actually,
A
don't
dagger
they,
you'd probably think is about a third of that.
do they give you a weight range in weapons?
Not in the book, but
Yeah,
I
not
mean,
in the
we
book.
can look it
So
up in real world.
an axe head weighs, but typically ranges between 1 to 4 pounds. So that's about right. Yeah, I would say half. A dagger would probably be half. A long dagger be half a sword.
Okay. Well, and we are not discussing this in front of these people.
I assume that this was academic. We're all
Yes.
it's all hypothetical.
Right, right. I have 8
With what we
silver
found on the wizard,
Yeah.
And
He
the
had
group
what,
of guys,
25 silver pieces on him?
there's 27 silver altogether between all the people that were there.
okay. I personally have 3 silver pieces. Again, we might want to make a weapon or 2 if we can.
Right.
So right now the running total in your gang
Is
is
30.
38
And
silver pieces.
I have 4 personally.
So 42.
And that you
So
included Grughilda's 8.
I did.
Okay.
And Velcro, do you have any silver on you?
I have approximately,
He's very peculiar. He doesn't keep anything other money than silver, so he's got 3,014.
It's all silver.
It's all silver.
Dragging a giant bag, clinking bag behind him.
Did we lose you, John?
no, I'm doing math. Okay, I have approximately 40 silver with me.
Wow.
Really? Silver,
Wow.
40 silver coins. Okay. So that's 82 times 25 grams a piece equals a little over 2,000 grams, divided by 32 grams to the ounce, which means you guys have about 64, a little less than 65 ounces,
So we
64.06
could get a
ounces.
sword for somebody who uses a sword,
Theoretically, yeah.
or we could get a
Well, I mean, is it enough to
Two
make?
Or a
daggers?
couple of daggers,
Is
yeah.
is it enough to make 4 daggers? Then everybody has something.
It would be
Perhaps
2
Right.
daggers probably.
daggers.
Unless
Silver
you were
knuckles.
unless you were making them real small. You could probably make if you made them small, it'd be 3 daggers maybe. But you would have to, I would say probably if you made 3, it would probably be the halves would not be all silver. So
Gotcha.
which I assume you wanted to do anyway.
Well, you'd
Just
want
the blades, yeah.
You'd want the blades.
yeah, just the blades.
But yeah, you guys have a total of 20,050. All in, you guys have 2,050 grams of
Is
silver.
it possible, and Mr. Masterson, you might be able to help us. Is it possible
2 kilograms.
to inlay a weapon with silver?
Sure it is.
Or edge it.
I wouldn't edge it, but you could inlay it.
Would that be more decorative though? Would that be effective from a fighting standpoint?
What does a silvered weapon do?
Well, I mean, they do make silver weapons, but it's very expensive to silver your weapon. I'm pretty sure. I saw where that was someplace.
So yeah, you have just a tinge over 2 kilograms of silver between all of you.
I don't think we'd probably have the collective money to get a
We're very
silver
wealthy.
weapon.
Well, the other side of that coin is this guy's just told you a story about some people who dug up some silver ore.
Right.
We're going to smelt it, and those guys probably were being pretty secret about it, right? They wanted to use it
Right.
to. They were going to smelt it.
Right.
They were going to use it to think. They didn't take a thing. 2 days later, they were found. The silver ore was confiscated, and the count took away one of the guys as punishment.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, again,
Right, it's like
we're
forfeit.
still not talking that much silver. So
Well, 100 pounds of
Right.
silver ore would probably render down. It wouldn't deliver you 100 pounds of silver ore would not give you 50 pounds of silver. Um,
yeah, but
No.
It would-
we're nowhere close to that. We're maybe looking at 3 pounds of silver.
2 kilograms would be, how many is there? 2.2 pounds per kilogram, so about 4.5 pounds of silver.
Yeah.
But silver's dense, right? It's a metal, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
not a huge amount. It's you're talking about
Right.
60 something coins.
Hmm.
So, but anyway, they tell that story, and when they get to the part about where they took one of the miners, everybody, several people around the table sort of give off a little shudder, at the idea of disappearing into the Count's castle.
Right.
You definitely get the vibe that people who are taken away do not come back.
Maybe they're just having so much fun there.
So you've
A
referred
huge party.
to the Count a number of times. Is he the lord of this land? Who
He is. He
Count?
is the Lord of all of Barovia,
He's the lord of all of Barovia.
and
Okay,
has been for centuries,
just do
since
it.
time immemorial.
Just doing an AI look, a low grade silver. This is Pathfinder 2E. A
Okay.
low grade silver weapon costs 40 gold pieces plus 4 gold pieces per bulk. A standard grade costs 880 gold pieces plus 88 gold pieces per bulk. And a high grade silver is 9,000 gold pieces plus 900 gold pieces per bulk.
Gotcha.
So
So if you're going to take 60 coins and melt them down into a couple of daggers, you'd have to have access to a blacksmith. You'd have to have at least some blacksmithing skill, including how to manufacture, how to mold those that once you that's melting the silver. Then you have to have molds for weapons to pour the
Right.
silver into, and then how to steep them and that kind of stuff. I think unless any of you as a character have fairly significant blacksmithing skill, the
well, I
best
mean,
you can hope for is
you
low
just
grade.
smelt the weapon into bars, and then you beat out the
Hammer it out. Yeah, I don't think there's any way you
This
could
is
get
to add to weapons the silver. This is what
Oh,
this is
gotcha,
costing,
okay.
'cause it says it requires 10% of the item's material cost to be silver.
Well, this is something to think about because maybe the crossbow bolt is a good idea.
You've got
You
you've
would
got a couple of heavy
lose
crossbows.
some, but it's only the head that has to be silver.
Right, and that's a fairly simple manufacturing item
And
as
Mhm.
opposed to something else.
right, hopefully we could recover most of them, even if we had to remake them into new
Right.
bolts.
And
right?
theoretically, the shaft would be wood. So if you'd hit a vampire, the silver would go through, and then the wood would be driving a stake in its heart.
It's quaint that those old legends seem to be so that people take those seriously.
Correct.
Uh,
Oh yeah. No,
So-
for the money, the bolts would be the best, but do you want to carry a crossbow and do that?
Well, I might have to I would have to probably ditch the glaive and then carry the crossbow instead.
But again, that's kind of a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what I really like is my sword, of course, like up close, but
well, we will ask these people in a different conversation, Les,
Mhm.
about the availability of a blacksmith in town that could manufacture crossbow bolts.
So basically, if you ask him, there are 2 blacksmiths in Barovia village. And certainly they have manufactured arrowheads and crossbow bolts and tools and things of that nature, long knives and stuff like that. But from a weapons standpoint, they're not weaponers. These are
Mm.
No,
guys,
I
I
get
mean,
that.
their specialty is going to be like making nails and
Right.
metal utensils for cooking and things of that nature. That's
Horseshoes.
yeah. I mean, certainly they have the skills that they could put together an arrowhead,
Well, I mean, we have the crossbow bolts. We
a
could
crossbow bolt.
theoretically take
These are
off,
tools that are routinely used for hunting.
yeah, the
Just refit
existing
them.
head and put on a silvered one.
Yeah, you could. Presumably, I mean, you would have to convince somebody like this. I mean, if these guys are telling you the story about
Right,
the
right.
punishments accrue,
We
Yeah,
would have
and-
to.
I
we'd
don't
have
know
to
that these guys are going to be
definitely
reluctant to even get near your
do it
silver.
under the rug. Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. And the difficulty is too, is like I mean, it, it could be, how did he know about the silver? I, I
Well, it
mean, I
could be
don't,
somebody snitched. I mean, that would be the obvious
right,
reason.
if somebody snitched, but also it's like we just arrived, so it's like,
And see,
Well, and they knew
again,
about
they're not
the
aware that
crates
silver can
yeah, they knew
hurt the
about the
werewolf.
crates. So,
because the werewolves went straight for the crates.
Yeah.
Well, not straight for the crates. First, they killed everybody on the in and around the thing. But then they took those crates and went off and ran off into the woods with them. And
right,
this guy is saying those, and Ilarion said the same thing, that those werewolves are servants of the Count.
Right.
right.
So if they took those silver crates, the crates, if that's what was in there, I mean, you guys never saw inside them, but everybody seems to, I mean, certainly Ilarion was like, why did you bring silver here?
Right.
It
Or
seems reasonable to think
who is
that
the
that's what they did.
constable? Who is in charge of the laws of the land here?
Oh, you mean the Count's agent?
Not just the
Who's the
laws of the
sheriff
land.
in town?
Because
Yeah.
we did witness murders and theft.
Well, the Count's men are immune to most law, but you're talking about Volok. Volok is the Count's agent here in Barovia.
Okay.
Is there any others in town that you do not trust?
So that's an interesting question to pose to this guy.
I only say that because we don't want to be flapping our mouths if somebody's going to.
Turn sin.
Well,
Yeah.
you just met these people, right?
Yeah, we
So
couldn't tell anything to any of these people.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
very
so
nice that they've taken us in the dark of the night.
Yeah.
It's
before
very
dawn.
nice. We can hear whatever we'd be grateful for whatever advice they have about where should we
Who-
go, because basically our ride home was just murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem when you guys go through this and they talk about, you're like, look, we're just patsies. We didn't sell the stuff. We were just but yeah, I mean, there seems to be like some, you guys you guys were part of a poking of the bear that finally came home to roost.
Right.
Because basically what they'll say is that it was it wasn't common knowledge, but for those people in the know, Ilarion being one of them, Reverend Donovich seems to be at least somewhat clued into this idea. At some point in the past, Musif's representatives had come here and were warned away. They were told, don't come back, and for God's sake, don't bring any silver. And then that's exactly what happened.
Gotcha.
And because it sounds like that they were basically trying to come in a different place and maybe not be seen. Because remember, when you guys arrived, the carriage was at
Wagon was in the
crossways to the
road, yeah.
road.
Right.
So it was probably when they did a plane shift, they weren't 100% familiar with the location. But it sounds like at least some people knew that travelers from a distant place had come and they had silver with them, and they were warned off.
It's so strange because you wonder what was in it for the wizard, right? Like he said he came. Presumably he was the one that
Well,
they
I mean, he pretty much lied to us, though.
told, right? And then he lied to us about it. So he had to know it would go poorly, and it wasn't like the other guy who didn't, well, he couldn't make it on this trip because he
Right.
was, he had to rearrange his like
He had to go to
sock drawer.
he had to go to Apara for some sort of meeting.
Well,
Right.
Tenzin, I don't know about you, but I'm seeing a new half orc enclave.
Bringing the story of the orcs to Barovia. Well, so when you guys finish these questions and that kind of stuff, and so in Tenzin, you're like, is there anybody here you don't trust? And they sort of kind of look awkwardly at each other, and they're like, basically they look at you, they don't answer, they're like, well, we don't know you not well enough. So at this point, they're starting to wonder maybe if you guys might not be agents of the count,
Right, because
right?
2 7-foot tall
Tell-
guys come walking in with the
Yeah,
midgets,
tell
so
us
come on.
all. Tell us all of the people that you don't trust in town. That kind of thing. I don't know how far that was going to go, but yeah. So
Speak into the flower.
but they. I mean, they speak. Yeah, exactly. But Reverend consults Isolde again, and she looks at her book and she says, this is factual. They're telling us the truth. And so he sort of lightens up. He says, look, the count has agents everywhere. We know some of them. Obviously, Volok is the count's primary agent. He has his hangers on. He has the people that report to him. But the reality is, um, other than the people sitting at this table, anyone in this town
Could be
an agent of the count, and they don't necessarily have to be. And the reality is, they don't necessarily have to be an agent of the count all the time. If they
Right.
come up with some good information, they can buy themselves some goodwill from the count's servants, and maybe they
That
get a
kinda
small
leaves us
reward, or maybe they
approaching
get
a blacksmith out then, because that's kind of asking too much.
What's the other town that we should be possibly going to? Is there a bigger town?
You
There's a
said
bigger town.
Wallachia. Are
Vallaki.
we in Wallachia or are we
No,
in
we're in.
No, and you're in Barovia Village. You're maybe here. Let me switch over to.
So Jim, if we go out and look up the main street, you'll see Castle at the top from DDO.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys
Oh, here.
are here. You are here.
we-
Hold on a second.
We came in. We came
here.
in from this side here.
Yes, so I'll show you just here we go. So you guys are here in the village of Barovia. You guys, which is different. So the land is called Barovia, but this village is also called Barovia. One suspects that it is like, well, it's certainly not the capital, but this may be the oldest village here in this land. So they the names are sort of interchangeable. You guys landed here in the forest area, sort of out in the back, and then came this way through what they call the old Svalak Road. And so that's where you are now. But the real problem, and the reason why these guys are a little weirded out, is the Count's castle is here.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, told you.
So across that forest, as the things, you guys are like 5 miles from the Count's castle.
And yes, in DDO, if you have the feather fall skill, you can jump off that castle and glide all the way to Barovia.
So this map is a little different from the standard maps, but yeah, you're at this point, you guys are like about 5 miles from the castle. Now there's a big forest in between here and there, but one could reasonably assume that the Count's influence wanes the farther away you get from his castle. And right now you are very close to his castle.
Right. And so this Vallaki is at the.
So yeah, they're talking about taking you to Vallaki, which is a bigger town, and I won't say it has much less like the influence that the Count's influence is much less there. This is all of Barovia belongs to him, but it is if not is one of the largest towns in thing. It's nobody's idea of a city.
And the areas that aren't shown on this map, I mean, I'm guessing there's landmass there, but it's just not significant to show.
Well, it's what we've got is
He doesn't need to show it to us yet.
You guys haven't investigated it yet, so yeah, you don't know what's out there. As a DM, speaking as a DM, as you investigate the various areas of this map, these white hexes will disappear.
Gotcha. Okay.
And more of the map will be revealed.
Well,
But
if
yeah,
we're
they're
going from
basically saying,
BDO,
look,
Jim, we need to go over here. There's
So-
some witches with brooms.
So they advise that we go to Vallaki because it's a larger town and presumably
well, and
there'll
further
be like
away.
some sort of university or a
That's a hell
center
of
of
a-
knowledge.
That's a hell of a travel there.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, as the crow flies, it's about, hold on,
Yeah,
it's about
but there's no way
22
we can crow
miles.
fly it.
No. Well, what I think the road is probably closer to 26 or 27 miles. The on foot takes about 11 to 12 hours to get from Barovia to Vallaki.
Oh, really? I thought it would have been much farther than that. What's
Yeah.
what's the scale of the hex?
Each hex, I believe, is
Because if you said this is 5 miles to here,
yeah.
that's
Each hex is 2 miles.
okay. So two.
And then, so by foot, and then would there be like, I think we are very open to any advice that they might have. Better to
Well,
travel by day, better to travel by night, better,
it's better to travel by day. The count is by nature nocturnal. As you sort of come to this, they're basically saying, look, we can keep you safe here. We have some measures to prevent those. He kind of looks around. He's like, the people here, and we trust Ilarion specifically, and the people here at this table, I trust. There are no agents of the count here. But the longer you stay in the village of Barovia, the more likely it is that Volak or some of his people or somebody who just
Will
wants
catch
to
wind
get
of us.
will catch wind of it and get you out. You were probably already Ilarion, and at this point Ilarion points out, he's like, yeah, they were already seen by several people coming through town. I did my best, but I wanted to get him to you guys as quickly as possible. He's like, I understand completely. So your time is limited here because the word will get out that
Right.
there are strangers from afar here, and it will get to the count. Believe you me. So we're going to get you out of here. We're going to get you so you can stay here tonight. But later on this afternoon, what we'll do is
Why wouldn't we leave as soon? I mean,
I
dawn's
mean, it's
coming up.
dawn
Why
now.
wouldn't we
Maybe
leave
we should
now?
get
you got to rest,
Yeah.
and we have to. So we have a carriage that is somewhat protected. And so we have to get that ready and we'll get it to you. So we need a couple hours for that. Plus you guys need some rest.
So wait, so
And that'll
their
take you to
carriage,
Vallaki.
they're gonna carriage us all the way to Vallaki.
Yeah, on a carriage. Now it's a 11 to 12 hour walk. It is more like a 6 hour carriage ride. And they should be able to get you to Vallaki. Well, theoretically, depending on when you leave, it'll be after nightfall, but the carriage itself should keep you safe.
Well, if we leave early in the morning,
I
6 hours.
They wanted to get us out of here ASAP.
Yeah, the elders, when
Yeah.
you say something like that, the elders are like, they look concerned.
Well, I
The
mean, if we leave
the
right now by
Malvorns-
carriage, we can rest in the carriage.
we don't have the carriage ready yet
Oh, gotcha.
because
Well,
we don't.
You
It
don't have
would
the
be-
carriage ready to roll.
We don't because the carriage is. So we have taken some steps to protect the occupants, or whatever's inside the carriage, from the prying eyes of the count and his agents.
Gotcha.
However, we can't just park it out back.
Yeah.
Because then that information will get back to the count, and he'd
Okay.
be like, "Why have you gone to such efforts to preclude me from seeing what is in your carriage?" So we have to put it together. We keep it in pieces.
okay.
It'll take us a
Oh,
couple
wow.
hours to get the carriage together, so that we can get you in it and get you out to Vallaki. So we need several hours, but we can hopefully we can get you out of here by like 3-ish, which will
Okay.
get you to Vallaki sometime around 9 or 10. But
That's
Our-
what's got to be done. That's what we'll do.
yeah, so that's what we do. In the meantime, I mean, you look at these guys, and you can see they look. So if you look at the elders, right? So over here, Elder Cyrilda, Elder Dragomir, they look concerned.
Right.
Look pretty
the
young
Mal-
for elders too.
Yeah, well, that's another interesting observation.
Not many old people here.
Well, you don't, well, there's certainly not very many. I mean, you guys would probably reckon Reverend Donovich to be in his mid-40s.
Mhm.
Everybody else is in their 30s or even younger.
So this Count Zarovich is really doing a Logan's Run thing.
Well, then again, people disappear into the castle. So if somebody transgresses the count's laws, or and sometimes the count's precepts can be quite arbitrary, or sometimes Volak just decides that somebody needs to go see the count,
Gotcha.
then somebody goes sees the count, and they don't
They're
come
going
back.
for renewal with a chance to resurrect.
Right? Their gems turned red. But yeah, there's they disappear. So they look concerned. You look at the Malvorn brothers down there, Darius and Honorus. They look scared. Valmar on the other side, he looks angry and angry at you. I mean, he's definitely giving you devil eyes. This old person, Brother Gregor mostly looks confused. But this old person seems, fairly sedate. She seems unperturbed and maybe unperturbable, um, with that book in front of her. So, there's that. But in the meantime, they say, "Look, we can keep you safe," and they're like, "Come with us, and you can get some rest, and we'll make sure that you have food and drink."
Okay.
And they take you out of this room, and you go around, and there's you go into a different room, a small room, but it's got a little table. They move the table out of the way. They pull up the the rug that's on the floor, and there's a little trap door in the floor, which they pull. They pull the ring, and you guys go down into underneath the church until you find yourself in a room that kind of looks like this. So it's a small room, and your guess is, based on the arches and stuff like that, that this used to have been maybe a wine cellar or a place to store food. But you can see that there are straw mattresses. There is a small table with cups and a bottle on it. But you notice two things that are very weird. One, at various places on the wall are these old runes scratched into the stones themselves. The stones of this room look old indeed. The runes look old, and they've been there for a long time.
Mm.
More newer is there are these metal plates, and they don't initially they look like steel or iron, but if you get closer and you get a look at them, you don't think that it's iron. But there's these plates that have been affixed to the walls at various places all over to the stone.
Do
And
they
so
look like they have hinges?
To me, they look
uh
more like burial crypts.
they don't look like they have hinges, no.
Okay.
Like
Does
the
it look like
Columbarium.
oxidized silver?
It doesn't look like silver.
Mm.
Silver oxidation, you mean like tarnish? Yeah, black
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it maybe looks like that, but I mean, the closer you get, you're thinking this would be a lot of silver,
Yeah.
because these plates are pretty thick and they're sort of bolted into the wall, and the bolts are made of the same kind of metal. It looks initially like iron, but you don't. On closer inspection, you're not sure that it's iron. If
Okay.
it might be an alloy of iron of some sort, but it's definitely not sheet steel.
Okay.
And basically, Reverend Donovic, go ahead.
This looks like it's it's set up as like exactly
room.
for like us, this kind of situation. Does it look like do we see that it's like gets much use? Does it look like it's like, well, they just have it just in case, or does it look like, oh, people are churning through here all the time because,
It's the underground.
yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Sorry.
And everybody can if they want.
Ew.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Tenzin and Velcro, you guys are sort of like looking around, and finally when you roll down here, you realize how tired you guys actually are. It's been a long day. You've been attacked by werewolves, you've been on the road, you're in a weird town, everybody's freaked out, and it's starting to think. Zandarius and Brugilda, basically you kind of look around, and it doesn't give the impression that it was here waiting for you, like you guys are something special. It does give the impression that it does get used occasionally. On some of the little stones next to one of the pallets, there might be, a small personal object that's been left here. In one of the pallets, maybe the covers are sort of mussed up a little bit, like somebody was laying down on it, but not to the extent that they got under the covers and mussed up the bed. They were just laying on top, and it's sort of wrinkly. It does look like it gets the occasional use. Do you ask them about it? Do you ask the Reverend about it?
Yeah, is
Well,
this the
I
safe
might
room of
ask about the
sorts?
runes. The runes look very old.
Oh,
What-
indeed they are. When I became reverend at this church about 22 years ago. I was yet a young man then, but I have served I have served the Morning Lord since I was just out of childhood. Um, these runes have been on these stones certainly since I've been here. And even when I was a child and I would come and I would play here at the church with with the reverends who came before me, these runes were here. So they've been here in at least my living memory. And I never heard anybody say that they were, no one in none of the reverends that he had talked to, he'll say, had
Mm,
said that they have anything but they've been here. To your eyes, they look like they've been scratched into these stones for centuries.
mm,
The plates, on the other hand, look more recent.
mm.
In
Ah.
fact, if you inspect any of them closely, you can still see tool marks on some of the bolts.
Ask after they leave us be down here.
Yeah, he tells
The
you guys you'll be
rest-
safe, relax, have something to eat. Our fare is modest, but it is nourishing. And then later, get a few hours of sleep, and then this afternoon we'll get you the hell out of here.
Well, I was going to ask any of my compatriots if they have detect magic to see if the runes or the plates or something.
Mm, good call. I don't think I do. I have no magic. I'm just a simple barbarian.
Just a simple barbarian.
Your world frightens and confuses me.
That's right. My go-to reaction is kill it. No, that's not.
Does anybody have detect magic or anything like that?
Velcro does. Hold on.
Velcro does. Yeah, he does.
I got something for you up in here.
Nice.
I'm gonna
I can
cast.
cast guidance on you beforehand if that helps.
I'm gonna cast Read Aura.
Read aura. Excellent. All right. So it is a one action cantrip, and then it goes on for the start of turn. You ask the oh, that's guidance.
Yep.
That's
I'm
Tom's.
going to cast that on him to do his read aura.
I don't know that that will help because
May
it's
not help,
a
but it makes
it's a
me feel
bonus on a
better.
die roll. So I think it is divination spells.
I'm gonna
So
cast. Clicking, but it ain't. I'm clicking, but it ain't going.
Would that
okay.
be considered a skill check or the attempt before
How
the
about
duration?
this then, Les? We're supposed to have hero points
Yes.
that we get. I'll use
You-
my hero point to further hopefully enhance his reading that he may get.
So hero points are more like a do-over than an augmentation.
I thought you were in the book. It said doing something to, like, you can help distract so that somebody gets a chance to kit better.
Yeah, you have opportunities to earn them.
According to the
Okay.
book, at every new game session, you get one, but you lose whatever you have at the
Yeah,
end
you
of the
lose
game
it once the
session.
Yeah, you
session's
start out
over.
with one.
We can earn them during the game, but once the game session's over that night, you lose them all. And then you start back at one the next
Yeah.
game session.
But it's
According
like a
to the book.
mulligan.
But you can work
you
that
can
in
you could
later
use
on.
it for other stuff. Yeah, I think we could make that. Hold on, I just want to check one.
Let's
Oh,
go to
wait.
go to my
Read
character sheet.
Aura.
I can't cast for some reason.
Let me see here. Let me see if I can mouse over something for you. Let me check your thing here, Bill.
Well, your
Let's
god
take a
must have no
look.
sway on this plane.
God.
I mean, read
Where
Aura.
is your god now? All right, where are your spells?
Read Aura doesn't. It's not like an attack or a DC, right? Is it? It's just like
No. It's a divination.
No,
Yeah.
it's basically detect magic on steroids. You get detective object is magical and determine the school of its magic.
yeah.
I can't get it to cast on my character sheet.
Is it a cantrip, John?
It is.
Yeah.
Why won't it cast? Oh, here we go. All right, you see on the right it says cast,
Yeah.
and it's not. Yeah,
Nothing
you're right.
happens.
It's not. Nothing is happening.
Yeah,
What
for
is
our
that?
sheet, you just push on the thing.
Yep. Oh, you know what? It only casts if you do. There's some options like Divine Lance you can cast, and it just kind of shows up.
Right, because it's
But yeah, it doesn't have
rolling.
the option. So yeah, okay. So it's not going to do it. So yeah, read aura is basically you focus on the target, open your mind to perceive the magical auras. When the casting is complete, you know whether an item is magical. You can get a bonus of identify magic, blah blah blah, and you can tell. All right. So yeah, so you cast read aura, and you detect magic. Um, so the first thing that jumps out at you is the iron plates are magic, and it's a strong abjuration magic. Uh,
Abjuration.
but as you also look at the runes, it's a more subtle kind of magic, but they also radiate abjuration magic. So for those of you who don't know what abjuration magic is, it
Action.
focuses on protective spells, countering or interfering with other spells, magical effects, or supernatural abilities. It's protection. But yeah, the plates radiate pretty strong abjuration magic. The runes sort of they radiate abjuration magic. It doesn't seem initially as strong at first, but their magic permeates the entirety of the stones. It sort of bleeds throughout all of the stonework. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So I'm assuming you guys get some rest, unless you have any more questions for the Reverend.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So yeah, so you get the opportunity. The food is good. It's about what you might imagine. The bottle contains not wine but ale, of a fairly recent vintage, and there's some coarse bread and a wedge of cheese and things like that. It's the sort of thing that you might expect from a small village. Um, you do manage to get a few hours of sleep, and when you're awoken by Brother Gregor, who says it is time to depart, and he brings you up through the church and out of the back of the church into the churchyard, where you see a very interesting looking carriage, sort of right up against the back of the church doors. So you can see. Now looks at like it at night. So imagine it's in mid-afternoon, but it's a big, boxy looking carriage with blacked out windows. And again, it has
Is
these
that a Larian?
no, it's not Ilarion. It's somebody
Yeah.
else. It's that Volmir guy from the table.
Oh,
It
he's
has
got a
those
big
and it has
sword.
those plates riveted on it.
It has a lot of those. Then it's made. Those plates seem to be made out of the same metal that the plates inside the safe room were made out of. He
So
does
that
have a sword stuck in the thing.
we could ask, is it Brother Gregor who's taken us?
No, it's Volmir is taking you.
Oh, no, but I mean, that he said it's time to go and he's taking us to the carriage.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh.
Brother Gregor.
Oh, is this the same material as the plates in the basement?
I don't know. I assume so. My studies are not yet complete. My studies under the Reverend are not yet complete. So he hasn't. But I assume so. It looks like the same.
Yeah, looks like so. Okay.
Does it
So-
have does it have a sunroof or a moonroof?
No, it does not have a sunroof or a
Okay.
moonroof. In fact, the roof is covered with those plates.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Well,
going
let's
to be a tight
move.
squeeze for you and me, Tenzin.
All right, so they get you packed in. The Reverend tells Valmir, make sure to go as quickly as you dare without attracting undue attention. Everyone, give me a quick perception check.
Yeah, as you guys are riding in the war wagon, yeah, go unseen.
Yeah.
Ooh, natural 20 for Velcro. All right, you guys are interested. The rest of you guys are sort of interested in getting piled into this thing, but Velcro, as you're last in line to get into the cart, and as you do, you look over to the right, towards the east, and you see two people off in the distance. If you look back at the map of Barovia, the You can see the church is here. You're back here. Whoops. You are back here
Mm.
in the back of the church. Why is it not doing that?
Yeah,
you
I
guys are
see. I see it.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
showing
you're
it.
back there. But over as you get into, so you guys don't see it, but as you get into Velcro, you see a couple of people off over here by these little woods on the other side of the out of the other side of the graveyard fence.
Okay.
And they're just sort of watching you guys.
Mm.
Should we go collect those people?
I don't know.
we
You want to
might
you want to
want
get
to
out of the you want to make a big ruckus in the middle of the afternoon, or
we'll let Brother Gregor. Was it Brother Gregor?
Brother
No.
Gregor? Yeah.
Let him know that
We're being
we've noticed
watched.
2 people being watched.
Oh, and he looks over there. He goes, and you see him squint. He's like, I don't know who that is, but I'll let the Reverend know. Now you must go.
Yep.
Go with the Morning Lord's blessing, and be safe. And he sort of does a sort of symbol to you guys, and the door closes, and there's a little lantern in there that you guys get fired up to think. It's completely blacked out. The windows are blacked out and have little boards over them so that you can't see out. And immediately you guys take off.
Dang.
It's a long ride. You guys are going for 7 hours. You can hear it. At one point, you guys stop and you can hear a guy talking with somebody else. Other male voices. One of whom you suspect is Valmir, the driver, who is talking about it. Talking to somebody, and then you could hear what sounds like the opening of metal gates of some sort. And then you begin, the wheels begin turning again and you continue moving. You're in there for over 6 hours. And Brother Gregor left a little satchel of food in there for you so that you have something to eat. But it is well into nighttime by the time you guys arrive to the town of Vallaki.
Dun dun dun.
Oh
And
yeah,
there,
that's a
and
much
there.
bigger town, isn't
It
it?
is a much bigger town. So you guys come from, I don't know, hold on. Yeah, okay. Whoops.
So
Come from this side?
mm.
Yes. So you guys come in here. Let me show you. You guys come in from the east and make your way through town that way. You see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
That line. So you guys come in through here, make your way through town, eventually stopping outside of what looks to be some sort of inn. When you're let out of the thing, when Volmir lets you out, you find yourself. There's it looks like you guys are in the center of town. There's various people going but unlike in Barovia, these okay. Unlike in Barovia, this doesn't look like these people don't pay you as much attention. And Volmer is like, this is the place. It's called, there's a big wooden sign on the front that says Blue Water Inn.
Yeah, Jim, that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no water at all.
Yeah.
No.
To the north is Lake Zora.
The lake, yeah.
The lake is to the north. The streets of the city, the town are quite hushed, but there is people wandering around. It's about 9 p.m. or so, between 9 and 10 p.m. The Blue Water Inn stands like a lonely lantern in the gloom. It has a timbered frame that sags a little bit, but its windows are glowing with warm, flickering light. There's obviously things going on in there. You can smell wood smoke once you exit the thing, you suspect coming from the chimney. It sounds like the smell of roasting meat, which sets your stomachs a grumbling. And you can hear voices on the other side of the windows. There are people in there. For a moment, considering the darkness and what you've been through over the last 24 hours, this inn looks less like a tavern and more like a beacon of life, sort of pushing back the surrounding darkness.
And does Valmir know, does he know, is there another temple for what was it, the Lady of the Dawn?
Morning
The
Lord.
the Morning Lord,
The Morning
there
Lord?
is a temple to the Morning Lord here, but he's like, we're not going. But he's like, yeah, there's a temple here. We're not going there.
No.
Well, Mr. Masterson, if this holds true to DDO, we go down here and go in the basement, and there's a guy down there controlling rats, and he's a new vampire spawn.
Will you guys be cheating in this manner?
No, it's
I don't
throughout
know.
the course of the
It's
campaign.
the
That's in the
DDO video
it's
game.
DDO.
I know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, there's a
Uh,
newly made vampire spawn there.
All right, so the Valmir
It's
says,
rare,
"Come with
though.
me," and he leads you to the doorway of the Blue Water Inn, which he opens up, and you get your first look inside. Inside the Blue Water Inn, it's kind of dim but kind of welcoming. The common room, which you find yourself in, is lit by the orange glow of a big stone hearth. There's timber beams overhead, and they have wolf pelts and hunting trophies on them. The air is thick with the smell of roasting chickens, spiced wine, some sort of curry, and and it's warm in here. There was a chill in the air. The nighttime chill that accrues around a forest. But it's warm. It's quite warm in here. You see a few villagers huddling over their mugs at wooden tables. Their conversations sort of quiet, and their eyes kind of like look over as you come in. Behind the bar, there's a broad-shouldered man. He's polishing a mug, and he looks at you in silence before sort of nodding at Valmir. Valmir turns to you and says, "Wait here." And he goes over there and talks to the tavern keeper. After a few moments, the tavern keeper's eyebrows he kind of looks over you and he raises his eyebrows, like, "What?" And the driver sort of Valmir gestures towards you, continues to explain something. You can't hear what they're saying. They're talking in low tones. But finally, Valmir says, and the bartender nods, and Valmir turns around and passes you and heads out the door, and you could hear a whispered "good riddance" as he walks out the door, closes it, and you could hear outside the sound of the carriage being fired up and turning away and moving away.
Wow.
In the meantime, we get to look at another weird AI animation that I have made.
But they
That's
hunt
nice.
wolves, which seems bad, except for the werewolf thing. So
So watch
maybe
this. This is my favorite part coming up. See, watch him.
He walks
Hey, he
through
just
the
walks
bar.
right through
Yeah.
it. So
is he a ghost?
no, that's a glitch of the AI. He doesn't really
Oh.
walk through there.
What's
So he
those
just comes up.
stairs leading up to? A little doggy door?
Yeah, it's like a little dog door. I don't know what's going on.
He can go corporeal.
This stuff is, I got to be honest with you, making these AI images is great because I can tell it, look, this is exactly what I want. And it comes pretty close, but like the 3-armed guy at the thing, and this
Right,
guy
right.
walking
Yeah.
through the bar and the stairs to
Oh,
the dog door.
it's still good though. I mean,
It's
it's
still
Yeah.
pretty
real
good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really like it, but
Oh,
and
yeah.
it really sort of adds something.
It's still really good.
But that's what he looks like. And he says, "Well, evening and welcome. You'll find no comfort in the mists outside, but you may find some here." He says, "My name's Erwin. Erwin, one moment. I had his last name here.
Erwin, one moment. That's
Erwin,
actually
Erwin said,
One moment. That's good. Mr. One Moment.
Erwin Martikov.
Oh.
And this is my place. I run it with my wife Donica, and he points over to a woman over there, and she's kind of looking. She's over sort of by the kitchen, kind of dealing with there's a couple little boys that she's working with there, and what looks like another employee she's talking to, and she's kind of looking at. She's got narrow eyes at you. But he comes over and basically says, my name is Erwin, and you are welcome here at the Blue Water Inn. He there's a little bit of his voice is a little gravelly, but not unkind. He's like, I'm guessing that you'll want something to eat and perhaps a glass of ale or some wine or something stronger. I do have some vodka and a little whiskeboch. And he looks at you, Grungilda, and says, Grugilda, and says, "You are a dwarf, aren't you?"
yes, I am. Could you tell
Mhm.
by my very fine beard?
I have heard of your people. There are tales of the north of groups of dwarves live there. I've never seen one personally, though. You are most welcome. You and your friends all.
Oh, thank you. It's good to know that my people survive and thrive in the north.
Well, I can't lay any claim to knowing of how they fare, but I have heard tell that people of your kind lived in the north.
Okay.
Anyway, you are welcome here. Please take a seat, and I will arrange for drinks.
And tell
I
us about all of these wolf pelts. Someone is a fierce hunter in this establishment.
As you probably noticed on your way in, the city of Vallaki is surrounded by by dark woods, and those
Mhm.
woods are populated with a great many wolves. Several of us take to hunting it when we can, and if we get a chance to take a wolf, we do so. It is very difficult to keep livestock with so many wolves in the forest. So if we
Absolutely.
if we spot them, we try to get them if we can.
Do you have a weaponsmith in town that makes
Oh.
hunting accoutrements for you?
Of course, there are several.
Okay,
Do,
great.
do any of them make specialized weapons for such as the wolves, for hunting wolves?
If you mean,
Special arrowheads or bolts, for instance?
he looks at you curiously. He says, "We use we use what we have. Our arrowheads are finely made, and as our crossbow bolts are as well. Good strong steel and iron."
Mhm. It is good and strong.
He's
Yeah.
like, if you wish to speak to the blacksmith, well, I'm certain that he is gone to his rest tonight. But perhaps in the morning, will you be staying?
Okay. Do you have rooms to let?
Here in the inn, yeah.
I do. As you can see in the back, there's a little stairway that goes into a tiny room.
I'll never fit in that.
Well, that's great for the dwarf, but do you have any
It'll be
larger size
perfect for
rooms?
you, madam. Yes, no, he says we do have rooms for travelers. As a fact, I do have several openings. So if you wish to stay here this evening, I can certainly accommodate you. Now, and he sort of gets a curious look on his face. He's like, I must ask though, you do have coin to pay for your meals, and you at this point you look over and you see his wife kind of like, mm-hmm. Don't you have coin to pay for your meals? She looks at the look on her face. Just worried about the books I have.
Value papers.
Well, she's basically wondering if you guys are just some random ass vagabonds that have shown
Right.
up at her doorstep, right?
What is the cost?
Well, it depends on what you get, but if our ale is good.
Rooms and a meal.
Rooms.
Yeah, Benjamin.
Rooms here are 2 coppers for the evening, sorry, 5 coppers for the evening. A mug of our finest ale goes for a copper, and I can provide you dinner for 2 coppers.
I have those 45 copper that we got from.
Oh,
Yeah,
great,
go ahead
okay.
and use that up.
That's
So
good.
I'll just
But
use.
Now, wait a
the
second.
copper.
However,
Before we-
that's Absalom money. You're gonna say, you ask him, do you guys
So-
take this?
So we should say perhaps, what's his name?
Well, I mean, we
Val?
don't have any other kind of,
Irwin,
we don't have any
No,
other
no,
kind
but
of,
Erwin is his name, but who drove us? Valmir? Was that his name?
Valmir, yeah.
Valmir. Perhaps he shared with you our difficulty that we were transported under false pretenses to this realm, and we seek a way home. We have money from our realm.
how does
Perhaps
that translate, right?
perhaps
Okay.
that will work, or perhaps there's some task that we could do
Money
to
exchange.
pay for
So he's like, if you don't mind, and I assure you, I am no thief. If you would show me that money that you have brought from your homeland, I will be glad to examine it and see if it will suffice.
do you want to show him the
The
40
copper. Show him
the
the
copper,
copper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He
Well,
looks at
show
him
me
and he's like,
more.
"Oh, these coins are very much like the coins we use here. I don't see any reason why I could find my way not to accept them." And you see that his wife is kind of like edged closer. She's like looking at the coins. But he's like, I think this would be perfectly serviceable.
Okay. Excellent.
All right, so he makes arrangements. He gets you guys. How many rooms would you like? I mean, he doesn't know what you guys. Do you need all 5 or?
Well, we might be able
How
to.
big are
How
the
many?
rooms?
How many in a room?
Well, he's got rooms that are individuals. He's got rooms for that will hold 2 people. He's also got one large room, a common room that is completely shared, which has probably 10 beds in it if you guys wanted to stay there. There are currently 2 people staying there though, in the common room.
Gotcha.
Mm.
How
Hunters
about
traveling to the south.
we pay for them to be in just a regular room and we take over the big room amongst us?
Okay. He's like, I'm sure they would be amenable to that.
I don't know. It
Uh,
might be a way to pick up some loose information from those other travelers, though.
Well, we still could chat them up once we made the offer. They might.
That's
Yeah,
true.
at least I'd just rather not be in the room when we're there.
Yeah, yeah.
And we want to keep the room amongst the, what would it be, 6 people?
right now it's 4.
4, but
Eventually, it'll be 7.
Right.
Eventually it'd be 7. Yep.
oh. So yeah,
I don't know, but
we'll-
Erwin's getting awful aggressive. He keeps coming right in.
Yeah.
Right.
He
Somebody's
keeps going.
drinking
He's like,
a
"Don't make me
lot."
come. I'll come right through this bar at you.
Another round.
I'll turn this tiny little staircase right around."
Brunhilde's drinking a lot.
I just thought this looked really cool. So
Do they have any
Uh,
like beer pong games, anything like that?
nothing. They don't have beer pong here, but yeah. So he'll make arrangements if he wants. He'll ask the hunters. He refers to them as Merrick and Drazen. If they would be willing to accommodate you and empty the common room. I don't foresee there would be any problems. But he's like, I don't know. I'll ask. If you want me to ask.
That'd
Yeah.
be swell.
Okay. He does. He goes and asks, and they're perfectly willing to accommodate that. So they he's like, he comes back down pretty quickly. He says, yeah, they're moving their stuff out of the common room and repairing into one of the deuces. So yeah, if you want, you'll have the common room all to yourself.
Beautiful.
Unless somebody else comes in, and I'll put them. I tell you what, if you're interested in privacy, I'll make sure that that they get put into a single. That said, I don't know that I can charge you the full 5 per person. So how about 20 copper for the room?
Sure.
Okay.
Or wait,
And then dinner
15
and
copper for the room because there's 4 of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
15 copper.
I gave you a discount that wasn't a discount. I don't want to do
He is an innkeeper.
it. All right. And then he provides a couple of pitchers of ale and food. So probably you'll rack up probably another 10 coppers worth of food and drink before you guys decided to back it in for the evening.
Yeah. And we don't
Yeah.
need any hand towels because we can use a wolf pulp.
You can use a wolf pelt. All right,
Or
so
a
soon
beard.
it gets close to midnight. Everybody's sort of like, well, when you come in, people are like, "What? Just walked into the Blue Water Inn."
Oh,
But
yeah.
after a while, they kind of like get used to you guys, and certainly, the fact that Erwin is treating you, both courteously and sort of like without a bunch of special, he's not paying special attention to you guys, right?
Right.
He's sort of leaving you alone and that kind of stuff. But he's also treating you courtesy. Eventually, everybody sort of gets it, like, oh well, they're just travelers. Must be somebody Erwin knows, that kind of thing, and they stop paying attention.
Yeah.
Eventually, you
a
go.
a couple of orcs and a dwarf, but you got a guy with a man bun over there. So
That's a pretty substantive man bun too. Look
It
at that thing.
is.
It's almost as big as his head. It's a
might
head
be a
bun.
separate. It might be a separate growth.
It could be.
Yeah.
It's got some Dark Lord shit working in the back. Like
That's
in the
it.
first Harry Potter movie.
It is not a tumor.
It's not a
I
tumor.
tell you what, they got a hell of a bottle on that table too.
Watch when he's about to set the mug down, the other mug disappears.
Yeah.
Does it really?
It's like,
Yeah.
I didn't
Also,
notice that.
I feel like that
It does. Look at that. It just kind of
Yeah.
disappeared.
the chicken is also a bit of some anatomy problem with that chicken.
Yeah, that's a Barovia chicken, they call that.
Yeah. It's like a Chernobyl chicken.
It's a
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl
Oh,
chicken.
why has it got 3 legs?
Yeah. I don't know. It's got
All right, so you guys, unless there's something else you want to do this evening, you pass the night without issue, and you're not disturbed. You get the room, basically your room. Nobody else comes up to the common room, and frankly, you get a welcome night's rest.
Wonderful.
The next morning, in fact, you sleep well after dawn, and the sun is out, and you can hear sort of the hustle and bustle of the town outside as you awake through the windows of the common room, and you can hear people out talking and laughing and that kind of stuff, and going from place to place.
Well, we got to
Uh,
figure out what our course of action is here, guys. I
Yeah.
Well, as you come down, Erwin is there. Danica is not there, but Erwin is there. He's changed clothes and he's like, "Good morning to you. Welcome. I trust you spent a night, a comfortable night."
Very comfortable, thank you.
Beds are a little small.
He
Yeah.
points. He points. The beds are a little small. Yeah. Well, you guys are 7 feet tall. I imagine your orcish feet were dangling off the end of it, and then. But
Stuck two beds
Grugilga is
together.
like I could fit 3 more dwarves in this bed. What's going on? So as he says, he's like, you've already had a visitor this morning, and he points off into a corner where you see a man sitting at a corner. He's dressed in standard villager clothes. Although the only thing that marks him out as being anything, he's just sitting there, is that he's got fairly pale skin.
Oh.
Paler than other things. But he says you've already had somebody who's waiting for you. He's asked after you, and I think he has something for you. Do you want me to bring him to your table?
Nobody knows we're here. Who could it be?
I don't know.
Best way
I
is to
didn't
ask
ask.
him.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to go over there, or do you want him to? Do you want the
Why don't you
bartender?
guys have him come here? I'm going to go to the loo, and I'll
Okay.
be right back.
All right, sounds good. All right, so basically, he just kind of goes. He gets you guys seated, takes your breakfast orders. You can smell eggs frying. You can smell bacon, rashers of bacon, and he as he goes back towards the bar, and he goes right through the bar again. I don't know what's going on with it.
And we'll take
He
4 whole fried chickens and some toast.
and a Coke.
Mm.
And he sort of like waves the guy over. The guy stands up. The thing creaks, and he comes walking over to you. And he has a parchment in his hand, and he basically says, my name is Thalric, and I come from Madame Eva.
Madam
She
Eva.
has asked me to give this to you, and he hands you this sealed parchment.
Okay, well, Hilda will take it.
All right. And he's like, you've been served. No,
We
uh,
are strangers to these parts. We are not familiar with the Lady Eva and her works. Can you tell us anything about her?
he gets kind of like a weird look on his face, and he's like, I suspect that you will meet Madame Eva soon enough. And he turns and goes and leaves the door pretty quickly, Ashley. More quickly so that he doesn't get any more questions.
Okay, well,
You open it up?
we're gonna open it up, but we're gonna wait for Zizi to come back, right? I assume that Zizi was gonna stab him in the back if he pulled
What-
something.
Yeah, I was watching our 6.
It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
finally gonna
he
get to
leaves,
try out
I'll-
this heavy
I'll
crossbow.
return.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I'll inspect from the outside the twine to see.
Twine is just coarse twine that and the paper is folded up. It doesn't look like it's not new parchment. It looks old, like old parchment that had been scrubbed and scraped many times.
Reused.
There is a seal on it in sort of a red wax of some sort, but you don't recognize the seal. And frankly, it's kind of it looks like it was sealed either hastily or something like that because the symbol. It's hard to make out what it might be. The twine is just coarse twine, and it's quite thin. You think it's only a single page that has been folded a couple of times, twined and sealed.
Okay, well, Hilda will open it.
Okay. You crack it open, and you open it up, and you find that the parchment on the inside has writing onto it.
Hmm.
And it
Telephone
says,
bar.
Oh, it's convenient.
I invite you to visit me at your earliest convenience, Madame Eva.
How genteel.
And where would that invitation go to?
That is also true. He neglected to mention.
Well, it
Perhaps
wouldn't.
Erwin
Flip it
knows.
over, there may be a map on the back.
If you go, no, there's nothing on the back. If I mean, if you ask Irwin, he's basically, oh yeah, Madame Eva's. She lives on the sort of like the outskirts of town, but everybody agrees that she is a seer of note.
Oh, all right. Well, perhaps she has exactly who he needs to see, who has information on how we might be able to find our way home.
She might.
Small place like
I don't know.
that.
She's not much of a cartographer. He seems aggressively not getting it. That you guys are like, travelers from some place that's not easy to get to.
Right.
Well, I'll take the parchment, roll it back up, and tuck it away because I might need toilet paper later.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. If we go back to the map of Vallaki,
Okay.
Madame Eva's place is here.
Oh, down that way.
Oh, okay. Inside the city.
Inside the wall, yeah. So, but not, but sort of off away from things, kind of like close to the wall, and
Mhm.
not, not in the clusters.
Right. Okay. Well, after we break our fast, perhaps we should walk down there.
All right. So you guys walk down there. You see people, and you do get the hairy eyeball from some people, but nobody says anything to you. At one point, you ask a passersby, "Hey, which way is?" I'm assuming you guys say, "Which way is Madame Eva's?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's just down that way. You want to go that way?" And they're
And
courteous,
We would
but
also ask, where's the house of the Morning Star?
the House of the Morning Lord,
Morning Lord, yes.
the Church of the Morning Lord, that's at the other side of town. Here, let me show you. So we'll do that in yellow. So the House of the Morning Lord is to the west, and it's
Oh, yes.
it's right there. Can you see it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
yes.
see a
Okay.
little graveyard next to it.
Yep, there's an icon. This seems to be standard with these Morning Lord kind of places. There's a little church and then a little graveyard next to it.
Yes, yes, okay.
All right.
And it looks like because we arrived so late and we were in the carriage, we couldn't see out. But it looks like the city maybe is completely surrounded by wooden palisades. And then are
Yeah,
these
yeah.
guard shacks every so often, or
Are there? I'm sorry. Say that question again.
like a shack for guards?
Yeah, so if you look here, you can see that at the western edge there's a gatehouse and some
Yeah.
houses outside, and you can see there's some planting there. But yeah, there are guards that man the gate every thing. It's not a shack so much; they usually just stand there at the gate.
Okay.
At the eastern edge as well, you can see there's another gate right here, and again some houses outside, but there will
Yeah.
be guards there. Yeah,
Okay. And
they're
then
n-
the
they're not really.
guards,
You don't get the impression that that Vallaki is embattled in any
right.
way. It's
Okay.
probably to just
Taxes,
admit travelers,
purpose.
maybe tax purposes that the to check travelers. You don't get the vibe that these guard places are designed for military defense. The
Okay.
palisade itself is wooden, but it's not. I mean, it's not
It's basically
terrible.
proof against wolves.
Yeah, wolves from getting
Right.
in and doing that kind of stuff, from animals and getting in that kind of stuff. And there are these little sort of like, you can see sort of like right here, there are these little sort of like guard towers, near the palisade itself, but
Yeah.
they're largely uninhabited. They're really shelters of convenience.
Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Masterson, if Eva asks us to obtain the icon of Ravenloft, we're in real trouble.
You guys are just gonna keep cheating with this DDO knowledge. I see it now. All right.
The fact that Tom remembers most of that stuff.
He's probably consulting some notes. He's got the
I
module
am
open.
not. We played that thing so much on DDO.
For 10 years.
All right, so you kind of come if you make your way down, across the way to that little hovel, and you can see as you approach, it's not it's kind of a rundown little house. It's not super great, but it's not dirty either. You can see outside there's a little sign on sort of on the side of the house that has the shape of an eye on it. It looks homemade. Like somebody carved an eye, painted it, and hung it outside, and looks like they haven't painted it again since. Looks like it's been hanging there for a while. The chains holding it there are a little corroded, that kind of stuff. But this is obviously Madame Eva's.
No, right.
You
I like-
enter, and the entire place looks like it's just one room. And
Mm.
there before you, sitting at a large table with decks of cards in front of her, must be the one and only Madame Eva. She looks like this.
Oh.
She looks probably in her late 70s, early 80s. She's got babushka kind of stuff on it, and she has these cards spread out all over it. And she's like, "Travelers, welcome. I knew you would come to. I'm glad you accepted my invitation.
It was very kind of
Please
you to
sit.
invite us.
Please sit
Yeah.
and allow me to show you the cards that beckon your future."
Oh. Okay. We'll sit
Look
down.
around for a suitable chair.
Well, that's
There's like little weird poofy chairs and couches and stuff like that. There's one big one right in front, and then that kind of stuff. And she begins shuffling the deck of cards. And she says, "Your future here in Barovia will be told by these cards. I know that you have come from far away, but I think your fate is intertwined with the fate of this land, and we shall see what it says." She begins shuffling the cards, continues to shuffle them. So at this point, what we're going to do is, so a couple of things, I'm gonna just to step out of the narrative for a second. So a couple of things are going to happen. Basically, for those of you
oh no.
Uh-oh.
who know a little bit about Strahd, this is what they call the Taroka. And this, it means she's going to basically cast your cards that are going to tell you a variety of things. So as you are here, she's going to deck. And this it applies to all of you as a party. She's going to turn 5 cards.
Okay.
One, the first card refers to the Tome of Strahd, which is the book that talks about the Count, his history, and how to defeat him.
Oh.
The second card tells you about the holy symbol of Ravenkind, which Tom has already mentioned in his DDO days. The third refers to the Sun Sword, which is a weapon, perhaps the only weapon that can hurt the Count. The fourth refers to Strahd's enemy, a person who you can find that may be able to aid you in your efforts. And the last card refers to Strahd himself and where you may find him when the final battle is to take place.
Okay.
Are you ready to roll them?
Yes.
All right, hold on. I got to stop sharing. Goodbye, Madam Eva.
Oh, stop sharing.
And we're going to go and think. So I also have some other interesting things to do. So once we do the Taroka, and you get information about, here, let me share. And you get information about the adventure.
Mhm.
Then we're going to have a cool thing that I have added here as well. So so just to meta a little bit, I love the fact that they use the tarot, and it's always been sort of interesting to me to use cards and games and stuff like that and that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is once we've done the Taroka reading, Madam Eva is going to pull a tarot card for each of you. And you will take that tarot card with you, and it has magical powers which you can deploy as you see fit based on the kind of card you get at various places. And so just to let you know, sometimes you will acquire tarot cards from other people and that kind of stuff, but these are magic items that'll be specific to this campaign.
Hmm.
Sound cool?
Cool.
Yes.
All right, can you see the
Yes, it does.
cards?
Yes. The
All
fifth
right.
one is
I can only see 4 of the 5. There you go.
There we go. Put it down a little bit. There we go.
oh,
You see
then
all
you
5 now?
need to Dink them.
Yeah,
So then
just
we need-
you're missing about half the bottom card.
All right, how about now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no,
better.
It's
All right,
good.
perfect. You guys can see it okay?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna hold the phone up so that the computer out because.
And I'll send you this information. I'll post it online as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the first card, this card tells of the knowledge of what has gone before of the ancients will help you to better understand your enemy. It is the 5.
Observe.
Hold on a second.
And you cannot put that on the big screen, Les? You can't put that on roll 20?
Why is it doing this?
Is
Hold on.
that the
Don't look
enemy?
at that card.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
That's all right. It's so teeny on my screen, I couldn't see
I
it.
know. That's why I'm holding the laptop up next to my face so that I can see
Yeah,
it.
that's why I keep this next to mine.
There you
Well,
go.
it's the
There you go. That's the way.
why? Oh, okay. Clicked the wrong one first. Hold on, I did it in the wrong order. I think it's this one. Is it this one? Ah, yes. Okay.
Home
So
of
I
Strength.
clicked the wrong one first. All right. So let's start again, shall we? Can you see the three? You should be able to see the three cards
Yeah.
large enough to come. All right. This card tells of. Whoops. Why are you doing that? This card tells of history. The knowledge of the ancient will help you to better understand your enemy. It is the Myrmidon, the Five of Swords. So Madame Eva says to you, look for a den of wolves in the hills overlooking a mountain lake. The treasure that you seek belongs to Mother Night.
10 of wolves over a lake. Okay.
Mother Night.
Well, definitely, there's lots of wolves here. So
And lots of lakes.
Well, and the lake is, yeah,
that's
Lake
true.
Zarovich and some other little ones.
So that was the card associated with the Tome of Strahd. The next is the holy
Ooh.
symbol of Ravenkind. And hopefully this will work. Ah, it did. Excellent. The Abjurer, the Four of Stars. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. The Four of Stars, the Abjurer, this means I see a fallen house guarded by a great stone dragon. Look at its highest peak.
Guarded by a stone dragon, look at its highest peak.
Mm-hmm. The next card refers to the Sun's Sword. This card is the card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. Ah, the wizard, the master of stars. Look for a wizard's tower on a lake. Let the wizard's name and servant guide you to that which you seek. The next, Strahd's enemy. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness to come. Ah, the innocent. Evil's bride is the one you seek.
Evil's bride.
And finally, the card of Strahd himself. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. To return to where you come from, you will have to defeat him. This card will lead you to him.
Oh my
Dark
goodness.
Lord.
Dark Lord.
He lurks in the depths of darkness, in the one place to which he must return.
Mm. Mm.
Thus endeth the Taroka. I'll post all this stuff online, so you don't have to necessarily have every word written down.
Yeah, I just
I am
wrote down
writing
the
it all
5
up.
cards and what the card you pulled. So if we need it for reference for that.
Okay. So
Okay.
those are the Taroka cards, and she smiles, and now she says, "Each of you individually now come before me and receive the blessings of the tarot."
Ladies first.
Thank you. All right. What do I do?
All
Random
right.
tarot
So
card
in this
generator.
case, basically, you receive a random tarot card. I will tap the generator,
Okay.
and that will be the tarot card. So in this case, this is the tarot card for Grunhilde.
Yes.
The Two
Two
of
of
Cups, which represents partnership, harmony, and the exchange of energy. All right. So there are 5 different things that you can do with each tarot card that you acquire. 1, you can give yourself a benefit.
Okay.
2, you can reverse it and give an enemy a bane or debuff.
It
Ooh.
looks
can
like
use-
one of them's cancer.
What?
Is that
It says
particular to this?
astrology, cancer,
Is that particular to this one card, Les, or is this all?
Well, no, these are for all individual. Each individual cards have 5, could be used in one of 5
Okay.
ways. For your, as a benefit to you as a character, as a debuff or bane to an enemy, as an attack, as a defense, or as an area of effect. So the 2 of Cups, let me find it in my thing here. Swords, coins, stars. This one. What?
Benefit, bane, attack, or
Attack.
defense. What was the last one?
Area of effect.
Oh, attack.
And it's a consumable magic item.
Yes, it's consumable.
Okay.
And there will be instances, so you consume it, but there will be instances where you find other cards.
Yeah.
Right.
Can we eat
All
the
right.
card?
No. Oh, well, I mean, I guess you could. I don't, if you want to, I suppose you could. All right. Cups or stars. So 2 of Cups is the 2 of stars. All right. The 2 of Cups. So hold on. Your PC benefit, if at the point you use it, and you have to declare that you're using it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One second. I'm gonna freeze the top, otherwise I won't. God damn it. My
Okay.
Excel spreadsheet is not behaving in the manner of which I am accustomed.
Defense.
There we go. All right. 2 of Cups. All right. So if you use it to benefit yourself, you gain a +1 bonus to your concentration or spell DC for 1 round. May not necessarily be worthy for you.
Yeah.
If you use it against an enemy, your enemy takes a -1 penalty to his attack rolls for 1 round. If he's attacking with spells, sorry, attack rolls with spells for 1 round.
Okay.
If you use it to attack, you can do a spell strike, which means you will do 1d6 energy damage of your choice to your energy. It will absolutely hit.
Wow.
If you
Okay.
use it for defense, you gain +1 to a will save, to all will saves for a whole turn. And if you
Oh,
use it as an area of effect, in a 10-foot radius, all of your enemies suffer a -1 penalty to spell attacks, and your allies gain +1 against their saves. Or against when they use spell attacks.
so it's a -1 to spell attacks.
Correct.
Uh,
Against your enemies, and +1 to spell attacks for your
Allies.
for your allies. And you can trade these if you want between each other.
okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Who now is next? Who now is next? We'll take the tarot card.
Why don't we have the human do that?
The human Velcro from afar. Let him do it. All right, ready, Velcro?
You're on mute, John. You're still on mute, John. You are on mute.
Can you hear us? Just nod if you can. We can see you.
Oh, sorry
There
about
you
that.
That's
I've
all
been
right.
on mute for like freaking half hour. Am I
All right,
supposed to tap?
Are you ready for your card?
Yes.
All right, here we go. The Queen of Cups.
Oh, I'm having another Jameson.
All right, the Queen of Cups. All right, so in this case, you get your PC benefit is that you get +2 bonus to any knowledge, arcana, or occultism check when you use it.
Okay.
Your enemy debuff is your target enemy suffers a -2 penalty to spell attacks or saving throws for 1 round. If you use it to attack, melee or ranged strikes deal an additional 1d6 force or energy damage of your choice. If you use it for defense, you gain a +1 bonus to AC and and you can do over 1 saving throw, and that lasts until your next turn.
Okay.
And if you use it as an area of effect, it's a 10-foot radius. Allies gain +1 to their spell DCs on their attack rolls, and enemies take a -1 penalty to the same. So again, it's spell DCs. That happens. It's like this may be a cups thing.
Les, is
All right,
it
cool.
if it's
Should I
used,
memorize all that, or is it somewhere in the?
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Les, if it's a defense thing, is it a reaction?
It could be a reaction. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. These are, these are, non-consequential actions. So, they don't count amongst your regular actions. You just like pull the card and use it.
You just have to declare.
Yeah. So let me do this real quick before we go to things. So this took a long time for me to do, so I hope you enjoy this.
Well, do you have to
Um,
declare it before you roll the save?
Yes, you have to declare it. Well, no, as a reaction, you could declare it at the time of save.
Okay. So like you
So-
roll your save and say, oh,
Well,
Plus
it'd be
one.
like, okay, the dragon is breathing on you. And
yeah.
you're like, oh, I'm gonna use, you got to make a saving throw against this fire. I'm gonna use my card, and then do
Okay.
your
And
save.
then you roll it +1.
Or yeah, what for defense or whatever. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Gwen, real quick,
Yes.
check and see if you have access to the Two of Cups in your handouts.
Oh.
You should.
I do. I see it. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. But
You're
wait, it
welcome.
doesn't give the text, does it? No, it
No, it won't, but I'll set that up so it's there.
okay, that's wonderful. I wrote it in my notes in the detail section, but
Perfect.
I
Yeah,
was worried
I'll put it in. I'll put it in the edits on these cards so that
Awesome.
you guys get them. All right,
Oh.
Velcro is done. Who will draw next?
Tenzin, would you like to go?
Sure, I can go.
Tenzin will draw. The King of Cups, man. We're all about the cups today.
Wow.
Yeah, you're no kidding.
All right. So in this case, the King of Cups, you gain. So to use it for your benefit, you gain a +2 bonus to our Arcana, Occultism, and Spell attack rolls. As an enemy bane, the target enemy suffers a -2 penalty to spell attacks or saves for 1 round. -2 on saves. That could be a big deal. Attack, melee or ranged attack deals 1d8 additional energy or force damage. Defense, +2 bonus to AC or do over on 1 saving throw. And the area of effect is a 15-foot radius. Allies gain +1 to spell attacks, DCs, or skill checks, and enemies take -1 penalty to same.
Oh.
Interesting.
Let me send that to you. Oh, I sent you the Knight of Cups. Never mind. That was wrong. I shouldn't have done
Once
that.
a king, always a king, but once a knight's more than enough.
All right,
You're
you
right.
should have access.
There's a lot of cups. Knights of Cups is still showing up, but Kings of Cups is there.
Yeah. All right. You should have access to the Knight of Cups.
The picture is there, but I don't see any.
You mean the
writing
King
on
of
it.
Cups? He said he will add the text.
Oh, he'll add it. Okay.
I'll add it. Yeah. And then finally, Zendarius. Are you ready for whatever comes up on cups for reasons that I can't explain?
I'll be the Jester of Cups.
Ooh, 8
Yeah.
of Wands. Okay, that's
Wands.
different. So let's see what that does. 8 of Wands. Okay, here we go. PC benefit. +1 bonus to AC or will saves. Enemy bane or debuff. Target enemy suffers -1 penalty to attack rolls for 1 round. Your attack, melee or ranged attack, deals an additional 1d6 psychic damage.
Hmm.
Defense, you gain a +1 bonus to AC or saving throw until your next turn. An area of effect, a 5-foot radius. Your allies gain a +1 bonus to saving throws versus emotion or compulsion magic. Your enemies, a -1 penalty to same. A 5-foot radius would cover maybe 2 people.
Yeah.
Well,
So
and if
keep
they're
that in mind.
orcs, we're really snuggling.
Right.
That would be snuggling for orcs. So, all right. There are your tarots.
There
But
you
you
go.
said we can mix and match.
You could trade them, yeah, with each other if you want. So, oops, I gave you the 8 of cups. God damn it. I'm such an idiot. I just assume it would be cups.
8 of Wands.
8 of Wands, yeah. Here we go.
Did you have to
Uh,
make a different document for each possible?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Well, no, it wasn't too bad. I downloaded the individual images, but I had to upload them individually. So, but they're all there now, and they will be able to use them. So you should have access to the Eight of Wands card now.
Yep. And
Perfect.
8 of Cups. You can remove that if you want.
I think I thought I did remove the Eight of Cups, but it might just not take anything away. But
Yeah.
anyway, there you go. So that is your current card set. Like I said, you can share them around at that that kind of stuff and do that with it. But now it is also 11:02 p.m.
Yeah,
and so we
yep.
will bring this tonight to a close,
Very
which is
nice.
good
Yeah.
because I hadn't prepped anything beyond this. So
I'm gonna ask Madam Eva if she knows Madam Chloe.
That's right.
don't think so. I don't know. Who's Madam Chloe?
Is it Chloe, the one from the old television commercial at night back
Oh.
in the 90s?
Who was that? Was it Madam Chloe?
Wasn't that it?
Television commercial for
She
what?
she sound for getting your reading.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
God, she was
Madam Chloe?
sounded a little Jamaican.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know the 1-800 call to hear a
Wait.
girl talk to you thing. Yeah.
Is it Madam Chloe? Is it
I have no idea.
There was someone named Miss
No,
Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo?
Cleo.
That's it,
Yeah.
Miss Cleo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you going to say that, Gwen?
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
I put in Madam Chloe too, and I got up Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo. Yep.
Oh,
you
the
go.
psychic pay per minute.
Yep.
The Psychic Readers Network.
All right.
Very nice.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
It is
So
kind of funny. It sounds like it
That's
is a lot of
awesome.
DDO stuff.
well, yeah, I have to, as much as I change things around, I do have to follow at least some parts of the script.
Hmm.
So we will be back here
Cool.
in Barovia in 2 weeks.
You
Yes.
mean not Barovia, but
Well, it's the
Vallaki.
land is called
Oh,
Barovia,
Barovia,
too.
okay.
So the village is Barovia, but the region is called
Right,
Barovia.
right.
So Vallaki is a city in Barovia. But then now you have information about what you need to do to escape this demiplane and get back to
Right.
Galarian. Which
We
you will never
gotta,
do.
we gotta
So
fight
second and
off
fourth,
the wolves. to
second,
get
second and
some-
fourth Sundays, right?
Second
Yes, I
and
believe so.
fourth,
Second,
yeah.
fourth. Yeah.
Excellent.
Very
Way
good.
to hum,
Good
way to
night,
hum.
everybody.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks,
Good
everyone.
job,
This was
Les. Thank
awesome.
you.
you.
And we'll see you soon.
night, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Later.
See y'all.